tends to be the destination. I don't always remember the journey. But, I mean, it was... The way they're saying it went down was way kind of crazier in a sad way than any of our theories. To the point where if anybody had brought up this theory, it would have been like, why are you being so dark, dude? Like,
you could have given me a million
What's
guesses.
your problem? Yeah. It was a bummer. So they're saying that what happened. So Gene Hackman, who was 95 years old and had severe dementia, like late stages, didn't know where he was, didn't know what was going on type of dementia. Apparently, his wife, who was 63, I want to say, died from hantavirus, which is contracted through exposure to excrement from rodents, which is found in the deer mice in New Mexico. So I guess the idea is that maybe they had mice in the house.
So they didn't find any evidence of rodents in the house, but they have other structures on the property. Oh. So it's possible that,
like a guest house, like a pool house,
maybe a guest house, maybe a barn,
a barn.
Scatulus
barns.
No, just a barn.
Oh, okay, a barn, which would make sense. They're on New Mexico. They're in New Mexico. They're on New Mexico. They're on New Mexican land.
That's true.
Yeah, it's not like Long Island. You don't say on New Mexico.
No.
Oh, all right, I'm just kidding.
That's just straight for Long Island.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Yeah, and so they don't exactly know where the mice came from, but it's not, I guess, so outside of the realm of possibility that this would happen. Infections are rare, but they're deadly. They say that it starts like the flu, and there's no medicine for it. Like, once you get it, you kind of got it. And I mean, if it starts like the flu, I would imagine that by the time you get it, like, you're not going to the hospital if you have the flu. So it may have just been one of those things that it was too late.
No, especially because from what I read, it resembles the flu so closely that, like, it's even hard to, like, diagnose.
Yeah. Right, because they're like, yeah, you got the flu, go home. What are you doing?
Yeah, you'll be fine. Put on a mask. You'll be good.
Yeah, you'll be good to go.
But, like, there were videos of her, like, surveillance videos of her running errands on what they think is the day that she died. And, like, she went into the pharmacy and she had a mask on. So she was obviously sick. This
She was conscious of the fact that she wasn't feeling well.
Yeah.
So she put a mask on so she could run her errands.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I mean, if you're too sick to leave the house without a mask, and this is not a Betsy problem, this is a general problem.
Go ahead.
Because I hear about, they go like, these people, they go, well, I'm sick and contagious, so I just keep living my day-to-day life publicly, but I'll put a mask on. It's like, no. If you're too sick to go to the grocery store without a mask on, just don't go to the grocery store that day.
Well, she had to go to the pharmacy to get the medicine.
You don't have delivery? It's a local pharmacy.
Maybe not. I don't know how things work on New Mexico.
I've never been on New Mexico myself. Actually, I have been on New Mexico, as a matter of fact. But I didn't go to the pharmacy that day.
Yeah, so we don't know.
I guess you got to go to the pharmacy if you're sick.
Yeah.
On New Mexico. But yeah, so they think died like right around then, like February 11th or so, like sometime around that same day that she was running errands, which would make sense then why she was found kind of collapsed with the pills all strewn about and everything. But
they knew something was wrong. Sorry to cut you off.
No.
But they knew something was wrong when I guess she was supposed to pick up prescription dog food from the vet that day, and she never missed that because they cared so much about these dogs.
Yeah.
And that was like the first indication that, like, oh, that's weird. Like, she never doesn't come.
I mean, it's so nice.
But you
said it that way, and I wasn't even considering it with the story. It was
I said it sexily?
Well, no, because the way you said it, like the words.
Sexily.
It was a sexily way to say it, yeah. Yeah. I think people were so, like, you're almost more comfortable thinking that they snapped or thinking something evil happened because you don't associate that with yourself. Like if something just like horribly, tragically sad happens, that could happen to you. But if it's like somebody snaps, it's almost like watching a serial killer documentary where you're not a serial killer. You don't know any serial killers. So there is this level of comfort in watching that you know, like, this is frightening, nutty stuff, but it probably won't happen to me. Whereas this thing, it sounds like just this freak accident.
I mean, totally.
That just spirals. Like, that's what I mean when you say going to get prescription dog food. Like, the nightmare of this woman, her whole life is caring for this Gene Hackman and loving these dogs.
Well, I don't know if her whole life is caring for her husband.
And the dogs. What else is she
They were
doing?
married for like 30-something years.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
He was still an actor. She didn't have to care for him then.
Oh, yeah, but, I mean, for the last what? I mean, at least the Wendy's era.
So, yeah, like 10-ish years.
Okay.
But he was able to go get his own Wendy's. We saw.
If you've been rocking and rolling, taking care of your husband for 10 years, that's pretty much what your life is kind of revolving around.
But she probably got Wendy's too.
And that's what I'm saying. There are benefits
that
you have to keep in mind.
If your husband is like, oh man, I really want Wendy's.
The Baconators.
Yeah.
Yeah, make it 2.
Yeah. You know what? While you're out.
I know what makes him happy. Luckily, it makes me happy too. No, but I more mean that, like, she was so focused on taking care of her dogs and her husband and everything.
Yeah.
The fact that, like, she dies suddenly.
It's heartbreaking.
And she's on the ground with all these pills around, and she leaves behind in this house this 95-year-old Gene Hackman who cannot take care of himself, and this dog who's still in the cage.
You're saying it was selfish?
No, I'm saying it's sad.
No. Okay.
I don't think she did it on purpose. I think if it were up to her, she probably would have opened the cage. She probably would have let the dog out of the cage.
No, because the dog was recovering from major surgery. There was a reason he was in that cage. Or she, rather.
But if she knew she was going to die, better to recover from major surgery outside of the cage.
No, because if you start like running around and you reverse, the surgery, then you just got to do it all over again.
And nobody wants that.
No.
That's a good point.
That's
Nobody
why
wants
she
that.
was in the cage.
Yeah.
This poor dog. I can't stop thinking about the dog. Like, the whole situation is heartbreaking. But
I know. And then so Gene Hackman lived for, like, they think 7 days, like almost like a week, they think.
Definitely, because they can monitor like his pacemaker activity.
And they say, he died of heart disease, but I mean, he's this Alzheimer's guy just living there in the house. They said that when he died, his stomach was completely empty.
No Wendy's.
No Wendy's, no nothing. So there's nobody there to take care of him. He's just waking up for a week, confused. I can't imagine.
But he somehow knew enough to stay hydrated because he wouldn't have survived for a week
without the water.
Yeah. Or like, a Coca-Cola or something.
I hope it was Coca-Cola, just for his sake.
A Mr. Pibb. I don't know what they sell on New Mexico.
I don't know if they have Pibb on New Mexico. I know they don't have it here, which is a shame.
Maybe a Faygo.
Yeah, that's true. If it's like a local, but he can't get to the local supermarket.
Maybe they got it stocked. I could survive for a week on Faygo.
I have survived for a week on Faygo. Actually, 2 weeks ago. He died from heart disease about a week later due to his advanced Alzheimer's. Experts believe he didn't even know that his wife had passed. His autopsy showed that his stomach was empty. He had not eaten. There were no cameras inside the house to record his movements after his wife passed. Their bodies were discovered on February 26th. So that means that she passed on the 11th or so.
Yeah.
Him on the 18th, because that's when his pacemaker activity stopped. And then they didn't find them until the 26th.
So she was there for 2 weeks.
That's why, and that would explain why they were saying she was like mummified and in a state of decomposition. Yeah. The dog that was found dead inside a crate likely died from dehydration and starvation. Oh, I wonder how long Gene Hackman. You think he was like? It's not like he was maintaining a regular schedule of waking up in the morning, going to bed. Like, he had no clue what was going on.
Yeah.
Who knows how long he was in that mudroom for? Remember the mudroom we were talking about?
I remember.
Depending on how big it is,
you could just stay there.
He probably did.
You think he just hung out in the mudroom for a week?
Odds are, if he's 95 and has that severe case of dementia, I can't imagine how many rotations of taking on and taking off his coat he would have had, because you'd take off the coat
because you're going
and then
Wendy's.
you look at the coat and you go, oh, let me put my coat on. And then you realize you're in the mudroom, so you take your coat off, and then
Oh
you
my
look at the
God.
coat and put your coat on.
You think that's all he was doing?
And drinking water.
He opened the door because they said that the door was propped open. See, like, it keeps changing. Like, there was a doggy door. The dogs weren't on the property. The dogs were on the property.
Ugh.
Now they're saying that the door to the outside was propped open, which is how the dogs came in and out. The other 2 dogs that
So-
are alive.
Who propped it open?
Maybe Gene.
He knew enough to prop the thing open, but he didn't know there was a dead
I mean,
body?
maybe he just opened it up and it never closed.
Well, that's what we were saying last time, because remember the theory was that he came inside and took a whiff of the carbon, whatever,
body? Oh.
and the door was open.
and then he got knocked out like Pepe
right,
Le Pew.
right.
All right, Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah, Pepe Le Pew. He got knocked out from carbon monoxide with a mallet like Pepe Le Pew. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just, I think, yeah, it's unthinkably sad, which is just very interesting because it's easier to process the idea that it's unthinkably violent or unthinkably evil or unthinkably angry. Unthinkably sad is the worst.
Oh, it's the worst.
Because unthinkably sad could get any of us. Like, nobody is sitting there prepared for unthinkably sad.
No.
But it could happen to anybody. We've all got stuff that would make us unthinkably sad.
You've got mice at your house you've talked about before. Maybe you could get the hantavirus.
I don't live on New Mexico.
No, but you don't have to live on New Mexico to get hanta.
Hanta they don't have it in Westchester.
You got mice there. You've killed a mice.
I have killed a mice before. I have killed at least one mice before. Yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah. You don't want me to
They're
kill
field
mice?
No. Wait, what? It was in your house?
Yeah.
And what did you, like, did you step on it? Did you suffocate it?
Yeah, I was like the guard.
psycho.
This is what I was. I was the guard in Green Mile. And my son was just sitting there with his pet mouse. And then I stopped on it because he went to bed late. He wouldn't go to bed. I said, it's bedtime. He said, I don't want to go to bed. Then his mouse ran out of his room, stopped on it like the guard from Green Mile.
Mr. Bojangles?
Yeah. Yeah. This is my mouse, Mr. Bojangles. No. I live in an area where it's kind of wooded. So a field mouse in the winter might sneak in. You set a trap.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've done the same thing.
I forgot about that option.
You thought that I, like, with my bare hands, murdered in cold blood. Honey, I saw a mouse. Could you murder it in cold blood? Of course. Of course. And I sat there, and what I did, I stayed up all night, and I put paint on. I put like Predator makeup on, and I looked like Arnold, like just like popping up from the bushes, just waiting. I said, I dare that I stayed in the garage because that's where they get in. They sneak in through the bottom of the garage door. And I just waited in the dark with my eyes very, very, only a little bit open so that they couldn't see the whites.
Smart.
And I waited until I saw just a little bit of movement under the garage door. And then I picked it up and I choked it to death. That's how I did it.
That's sad.
Did it look you in the eye?
It looked me right in the eyes and it said this. Why? Why?
I'll tell you what, there's few things sadder than hearing that mousetrap snap.
Oh, I used
Because I did not like doing that.
No, I used the electrics only.
Oh, okay. We had the old school ones.
No, I use the electrics with the thing where you don't even see.
Yeah.
And then you flap the top. There's the flap on the top with the snap thing on it, and you just kind of you never even have to look at it. You don't have to look at your dirty work.
Good.
It really is like pretending as if you didn't do this murder.
You don't set up any cheese?
Got any cheese?
Like,
no,
is that a thing? With
put
the
a-
trap?
Yeah, absolutely.
So what I
Peanut butter?
Peanut butter.
Yeah.
It's an electrified trap, and you put peanut butter at the end, and you have to turn, these mice and their vertebrae. You have to turn a corner to get to the peanut butter. But once you've turned the corner, you put your little mouse paws on those electric pads. You're Dunsky. You're fried. And and the reason they make it a corner is because the time it would take to back up, you're already fried to death.
Yeah, we had a few of those, I think.
It's the most humane way to do it because when I was growing up, we had the mouse traps that were the snapping mouse traps, and every now and then a mouse will get caught in one and get very badly hurt.
It's just its
But you'll-
arm
yeah.
or like
And you're like,
Yeah.
fuck. And then you have to take the shotgun out. Yeah, you do. You have to
Firing squad.
You have to blast it by firing squad.
Yeah.
My brother and I, we each had a shotgun. Only one was loaded because we didn't want to. We didn't want to live with the guilt of which one of us had shot the mouse to death. So It made it easier for us.
So that's what you got to worry about now.
But yeah, wait, Danielle, if you had like a mouse in your house, would you
No.
just be like, now we
I don't.
now
I,
we-
I
now we
don't-
share.
I
Now
don't
we both
even-
live here.
I don't even kill bugs. I'm
Why?
a vegetarian. I'm like animals.
Well, yeah, I don't
just,
eat the bugs, but I will kill them.
I don't know, just all about it. Like it's crazy. And then
Okay,
what
so if
happens? You pick up the fried rat. Like you have to
this
clean that up.
This is a great question because and
Oh.
I did it many times.
Fried rat sounds delicious.
Yeah, you take the
No.
fried rat and you kind of tip it over. You put it right into your cast iron, and you put a little olive oil base on it, and you flip it a couple of times. You flip it. Now the key is preheating, and people don't preheat because they're lazy. But if you preheat, you're gonna get that nice sizzle. as
Yeah, you
soon
need
as-
the sizzle.
Yeah, as soon as that little field mouse hits, and sometimes they go, "I'm not dead." And I go, "You're about to be." You know, you cook it like you or you know, if you're doing a surf and turf, you could throw it in a lobster pot, like just a pot of boiling water, and you just watch the mouse, and you just leave it in the boiling water until the hair melts off, and then you're good.
Maybe put it over
Yeah.
some mac and cheese.
Absolutely, you could do that. Yeah, put a little red sauce on it.
But with Danielle, they just live together now.
They lived. That's my roommate. He's a mouse.
I want a pet mouse. Like
Well, yeah, no, you can get a pet mouse, but not. It shouldn't be feral.
I don't know. I'd figure out a way to get it out without killing it.
What would that way be? You'd figure it out?
I'd figure it out.
Okay.
Maybe a trail of cheese or something
I see.
outside.
Leading all the way in. See, but the rodents are smart because what they do is they go, hey, they tell all their rodent family, they go, hey, there's this idiot in that house that just gives us all the cheese we can eat. Let's all go in tomorrow.
Then maybe I'd make a little shelter for them.
That'd be great. They'd love that. They
Yeah.
wouldn't take over your house at all. They don't
I'd
do
give
stuff.
them their own space.
They don't. That'd be
They
smart.
wouldn't
And they
need
would.
mine.
And they would keep to their own space. I'm
They would
sure.
respect the boundaries.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
feed them cheese every day.
That'd be really smart. They would definitely not have more mice come in
No.
until eventually you're Willard, just living with all the mice.
No, like we've been feeding the same cat outside for like 2 years now.
And it doesn't come
what's
every
the
day,
difference?
does it?
Well, that cat like literally lives in our
Right.
in our
'cause
yard now,
You take
but-
care of it.
every other cat
Yes.
knows that there is food at this house, and we see so many different cats.
I heard y'all feed cats here.
They all talk.
Yeah. I heard you guys are feeding cats. We're a bunch of skinny cats looking for some food. If you guys,
And that's what the mice will do at Danielle's house.
of course they will.
Animal's an animal, you know?
They speak through piss. Did you know that?
Hantavirus
Cool.
piss.
Yeah, these mice. They'll piss on things to tell other mice either go here or don't go here. I watched the rat documentary.
Don't dogs do the same probably?
No, dogs piss on stuff to be like, this is mine. Which is
That's
what
to mark their territory.
which is what I used to do with my wrestling toys, so my friends didn't play with them. These ones are mine. My mom was like, you could just put your initials on the bottom. I go, no.
Sam, let your brother play with your toy.
No, I pissed on him. So he knows. No, you catch the mouse in the electric trap, and then it's got a little roof that snaps kind of open, like flaps open. So you never have to look, right? So you flap it open. You keep the flap on your side so it's blocking your view. And then you can just kind of dump it.
It's like a coffin.
It's like a coffin. And so you snap the coffin lid open, and it is because it's a dead mouse inside. And you dump the mouse, and what I like to do is
Oh, they're reusable?
they're reusable. Yeah, for sure. I mean, you can only reuse them a couple times because eventually they smell so much like electrified mouse that living mice will go like, no, this smells like a dead relative of mine. I don't think I'm going to go here. I don't care how much peanut butter you put on it. But I will, and sometimes what I'll do is I'll put it in the neighbor's yard.
The mouse?
Well, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, dump the dead mouse in the neighbor's yard because
Just throw it in the garbage.
Nah, I'm not throwing it in the garbage because then the raccoons will come in the garbage.
No, they won't.
Yeah, they will. We got raccoons too. Westchester's a wild place.
Raccoons are fine. We have raccoons too. They're very adorable.
What's the difference?
They're rabid.
Yeah, that doesn't mean that I'm going to go pet them, but they are cute.
Do you want to pet them?
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
Well, trash pandas? Of course I do.
Yeah, you do find yourself wanting to
Come on, they're
wanting
adorable.
to pet them. Except then when they look at you and go like, "I dare you," they're very intimidating.
Oh, yeah.
They get very scary
They'll
very
fuck you
very
up.
fast. Yeah. No, Danielle, you should not allow mice to live with you. You should kill them.
No.
You should get, for instance, and the way it's very
Kill
simple.
them before they kill you.
You
Look
don't
what
have to
happened.
kill them. There's humane traps.
That's
What,
a
like glue traps?
juxtaposition.
No, like traps where they like climb onto something, they fall in, and then they can't get out, and then you can just release them.
Yeah, that's true.
There are, but I'm not doing that.
Right, like, okay, when you guys have a spider in your house, like, do you kill it or you do the cup trick with the cup and the slide and throw it outside?
My wife has gotten mad so many times. She's like, wait, I'm going to run downstairs and get a cup. And she comes back upstairs and finds a squashed spider.
It is dead.
I'm like, what are you going to put the spider guts in this cup? No,
Paper
no, no.
towel in the garbage.
This spider's as good as dead.
But the spiders kill the other bugs in your house.
No, I kill the other bugs in the house.
So you're just infested.
No, you're a one-man machine. I get it.
I kill everything. Look, if a human broke into my house, I would try to kill that human.
Yeah,
Right.
Stand your ground.
That's right.
That's what you're doing with the spiders.
And I take that as any species that comes into the house uninvited is dead.
Anytime
As good
there's a
as dead.
ladybug in our house,
Dead.
my wife and daughter are like, no, let it outside. Let it out. Nope.
No, dead. It's as good as dead.
Killing
Kill
ladybugs?
ladybugs?
What am I going
bad
to do?
luck.
That's bad luck, dude.
And that honestly,
Also,
Travis,
just
it
ignore
actually
it.
Yeah,
is
probably just
bad
leave
luck.
it alone.
No.
Yeah.
Or,
It'll- it'll leave.
catch it and let it go. You don't want to kill a ladybug.
Why?
That's bad luck.
Says who?
Says
I've often heard it's bad luck.
yeah.
All right, guess what? I let black cats walk past me, too.
You ever
Ooh.
walk under ladders?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't fuck with anything.
You go full Razor Ramon, huh?
Yeah.
That's pretty badass.
Look what happened to him. He was fine.
Although if a bee sneaks into Travis's house, he just hides under a blanket.
I will run out of the house. I will lock myself in a room, and I will text my wife and tell her to go take care of it and let me know when it's over.
I've locked myself in the panic room like Jodie Foster.
That is when I've met my match.
That is great. If you had a panic room in your house, but it was just in case a bee came in the spring.
Dude, I've come home before. My wife is out, and there's a bee in the house.
Whoop! Wait, it's your Grandpa Simpson.
I'm Abe Simpson.
Yeah.
Right out the house.
Guess we're having lunch out today.
I'm going to wait outside.
And then you just have to wait until your wife comes home to be like, oh no, I haven't gotten home yet. Is there a bee in there?
Why don't you go in first?
Yeah, I haven't gotten. I know I'm not home. I'm running errands, I suppose. Sure. So you don't kill anything, Danielle?
No.
Nothing.
No.
What do you do with a spider?
I do the cup trick. I just literally get a cup and I get something sturdy to slide under it, open the door.
What about
a
a
fly?
What about a fly?
Because that's just
No,
annoying.
when people clap with the, I hate that.
You do?
I ignore the fly. I'm gonna let the fly fly.
You know what's the greatest? Electric fly swatters.
Do you have one?
Yes.
I just use a towel.
No, there is towels are great because there's a snap. That's always very satisfying.
And there's a feeling of accomplishment when you actually get it.
And you can really nail. If you hit one with a towel, you can and when that fly falls from the sky and is completely still, you're like, "Oh, I ended it quick for this fly."
Yeah, it's humane.
But there is
Bro.
a very very there is a very very satisfying swing of the electric fly swatter, and then it's a pop.
Oh,
And you know you've
Maybe I
gotten
should
it.
try that.
And then the fly is stuck in the electric swatter.
Then you gotta like what? Just
Whatever,
wipe
bro.
it off? Yeah,
you
no,
know
it's
what?
fine. Yeah,
You're a winner.
yeah.
Throw it out and buy a new one.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Show your son.
Who cares?
Like,
Yeah.
look what Dad did.
Look what I did. Let's go to the Home Depot and buy a new one. Yeah, no, I think it is humane. And you can't, I mean, you can end up with fly shit all over your house.
it hasn't never happened so far.
Well,
Open the door.
you're a young
I open the
person.
door for a little while.
Did you-
Wait for it to maybe get out on its own.
But then other things can come
Yeah,
in.
that's what happens. You open the door and it's like everybody goes, oh, there's a party in there.
Yeah, well, call me Snow White. Like, I
Ace
don't
Ventura.
care.
Yeah, you-
I don't care.
Little butterfly landing on your finger.
Yeah.
Did you grow up in an environment where you could just allow vermin in your house?
No. But
Did you have pets as a kid?
Yeah, I have dogs. I mean, I have a dog, but
if you
I've
get
had
it,
dogs.
if you find a tick on your body, do you just go once it's done feeding, it will leave on its own?
No, but I would probably. What do you do? You like have to.
Oh, there are many things you
Get
can
it-
do.
get it out,
You can
right?
you can you could pull it out with either your fingers or tweezers.
Yes.
Or you could put some Vaseline on it
No,
because
I
it
wouldn't
bre-
do that one. That
it-
would suffocate it.
That's right. That's the whole point. It breathes through
It's
its
trying
body.
to kill you.
That's right. Sometimes some people will put a lighter up to it.
I used to do that as a teenager.
Oh yeah, just
Yep.
burn them right off.
Yep.
I don't think I've ever had a tick though. So
That doesn't. I mean,
I'm gonna pretend that's never gonna happen to me.
okay,
So.
all right, maybe it won't. Just don't go hiking, I suppose.
I had tons of ticks when I was growing up in New Jersey.
You did?
Yeah, because we would play like Manhunt, or
Sure.
like, and you come home, and you feel yourself up, Because, well, first of all, you're a teenager.
Fill yourself up after Manhunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's
you never
right.
played Manhunt? You grew up in
No,
Pennsylvania?
Manhunt's great.
Manhunt's great, except when we were playing, it wasn't like the tradition after Manhunt is we all go home and check each other for ticks.
No. We didn't check each other.
You ever
But,
check your friend?
Under your friend's sack.
Oh yeah. Oh
But
yeah.
you would
the
pat
ticks
yourself-
like the ticks like the warm areas.
Yeah. Why don't you check again?
I feel there's something there.
I'm pretty sure there's a tick under there.
But you would rub yourself down, and like so many times, like just on my leg, you would feel it, and you'd be like, all right, what am I going to do? Lighter? Am I going to rip it off and throw it and flush it down the toilet?
Right.
Like, yeah, ticks were nothing growing up.
Yeah, you just pop them right
Yeah.
off. Unless you end up with Lyme's disease like Irene.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about Irene.
That's no good.
No. That was after I had already stopped playing Manhunt, though. I learned about
Thank
the
God.
dangers after.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah. You gotta kill the ticks
Yeah.
when they're on you. But you gotta, when you pry them off, you gotta do it very, very carefully because their heads will stay embedded in your leg while you take their body. If you just like grab them and pull them, the heads stay embedded, and sometimes they go under your skin, and then it becomes a whole thing. Not good.
Do you have to check your dog?
Oh yeah, I've pulled many ticks off my dog.
Really?
Yeah, because there are deer in our area. Like I've literally had mornings where I leave the house and there's just like
Oh, yeah, and you just let him like go off in the yard and do whatever.
I will. And so, but yeah, and there are ticks, and then yeah, I'll get the tweezers and I'll just pop that motherfucker right off, and I'll do it with a degree of vengeance,
Right.
because the fact that tick thinks it can feast off the blood of my dog, no tick.
Do you involve...
You just walked in, and I say this to all insects. You just walked in to the biggest nightmare you've ever experienced. Once you walk through those doors, you would have had a better time going through the gates of hell.
it's like the Saw House.
It is like the Saw House. That's exactly right. The flies just wake up in a dark room, and they just hear, "Hello, I'd like to play a game." They don't know what hit them.
And they don't even know you're in the room.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying it. Ba, 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 ba. The flies are like, why do you keep singing the score? Yeah, I make it theatrical. The last thing, I'm telling you, the last thing a bug wants to do, a spider who walks into my house on a weekend where I got nothing but time, we're going leg by leg on that motherfucker. It's bad news. It's bad news. Sometimes I almost kill the insects, and then I let them go free so that they can tell all their friends about what happened to them in that house of horrors.
Tell them.
If they can make it.
And that's what I do. I whisper to the insect, "Tell your friends." And I let them go, and they do. They tell their friends.
Thank God we have a cat, because she catches so many things that I don't see.
Oh, yeah. You watch those cats just like start chasing something around.
Yeah.
And you're like, I don't know what you're chasing, but I'm glad you're chasing it.
Let's find it.
You're right.
Yeah. And then do murder.
Yeah, and then once we find it, we'll murder it together as a family. 866-969-1969. Dan on Long Island.
Morning, everybody.
Morning.
Real quick, just judging by the list of bugs that Travis will kill versus run away like a bitch from.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I would really think about that. So the harmless bugs, you have no problems murdering.
That's right.
The ones that can fight back, you have a real problem with.
Bees? Yeah, no, I don't want to fuck with bees.
The bees!
Bees,
Yeah.
wasps, anything that flies and stings, I'm out.
Anything that hits back.
Yeah.
I mean, I never contextualized it like that, but it is an interesting way to look at it.
Yeah, so it sounds like the behavior of a man who sleeps in a car with another man waiting for toys.
Well, I don't know if one of...
No. He did not do that waiting for toys.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't wait.
It was art.
Yeah.
It was art.
Dang,
Have fun, everybody.
But what else
Thank
would
you,
fight
Dan.
back?
Scorpions.
I would not fuck with a scorpion. Yep, okay. And I don't think I'd be crazy not to.
If you found a scorpion in your house, would you move?
Yeah. No, the scorpion owns the house now.
Yeah, well, congratulations, Scorpion.
Yeah.
You just got yourself a house.
I'd probably keep paying the rent, too.
Yeah. You'd have like an animal expert come in and go like, "That's a non-poisonous scorpion." Yeah, right, says you. Says you. Scorpion, I'd like to buy you a house.
Oh, I can't imagine having a scorpion.
No.
Last year, there was a hurricane down in Florida. My brother opened up a door, and a bat flew in their house.
Oh, we had a bat in my
me
house
too.
in Florida, too, when I was growing up.
Oh,
My dad
man.
had to, like, take care of it.
What did he do? What do you mean take care?
Well, what you got to do with a bat, you got to catch it in a pillowcase. But sometimes, in trying to catch the bat in a pillowcase, you end up with a coworker's head in the pillowcase with the bat.
I remember I would have to ask him exactly what he did because I was like 8 or 9 when this happened. But I remember him like tracking this bat in the house, like it just wouldn't leave. And I don't remember exactly what he ended up having to do. I'm sure he killed it.
I had a bat like last year, and you want to know what we did? What? We got
Fed it?
Ignored it? Yeah.
No, it was so cute. It was in my room actually.
What?
Yeah.
And you didn't panic?
Well, no. What happened was I was coming upstairs.
I always worry it's going to nest in my hair.
Well, I did get. Oh, I did get worried that there would be more, but I was coming upstairs to my room and I saw something on the ground and I thought it was a big hairball. So I like got closer to it because I'm like, ew, why would someone leave that like right in the door of my room? And then I saw the eyes and was like, wait, this is so cute. And I thought it was adorable. I thought it was like a mouse though. I thought it was like a brown mouse, whatever. So I got my family.
By the way,
You thought a
that's
bat was a mouse?
Well,
it was
a bat,
really hard. Its
bat's
wings were
basically-
like,
Yeah,
you
bat's
know,
it was-
a bat's a mouse with wings. But either way,
it was on the ground. Yeah. I
Why
couldn't
would you
tell.
think there was a hairball when you don't have cats?
a hairball with eyes.
my hair. Like if someone took it out of my brush, because sometimes me and my sisters would do that, where we like just Anyway,
But I mean, that's so crazy, Danielle, that the hairball looked back at you and you were like, "Oh, nothing to fear. This is good news."
well, a little bit of me was like, oh, but then so what we did was like a cake cover.
Okay.
Like when you make cakes and you bake stuff, I was like, that makes sense. Like this is a big cup because I didn't want to use a bowl. I was like, let me use the cake cover. Then I was taking an art class at the time in college and I was like, I think that would be big enough and sturdy enough to slide under the cake pan.
Like, was it a canvas or like an oak tag?
It was
or-
it was like a canvas pad, like a big one, but you know how the back is like that cardboard
right.
thing? So I
Right.
cut
Oh, yeah,
off
totally.
the cardboard and then we slid it under and then we threw it out the window. We threw the whole thing out the window and then we threw out the cake pan eventually. And then I just went to art with a flimsy like sketch pad the whole rest of the thing and the bat flew away.
I get that. I would probably do something similar because a bat is too big.
No, it was tiny. It was so
oh,
cute.
still, though,
but
like,
then
I-
it started flying in the cake thing. Like it started to move, and that made me really sad. So I'm glad that it.
I feel like
flew
that's where I'd be terrified. Like, you know what I mean? Because you're like holding the cake
Yeah.
pan and the
They could
be
sketch
rabid.
thing. Yeah, like really tight. But once it
Yeah.
start moving, I'd be like, oh no!
Yeah, no,
and then
no.
it would go everywhere. It'd be a disaster. Plus, my children would see and they'd realize I can't defend them against a bat. It would be a nightmare.
Yeah, no,
I
my
can't
dad
believe you
did
pulled it off. Oh, your dad did.
Yeah, I made him come upstairs to do it, but it was my plan to do the sketch pad and the cake
Okay.
pan.
Well,
It was a family thing.
It was.
Yeah.
It was fun.
But I like that you gave yourself credit. It was my plan. I would give credit to the person who actually did it, as opposed to the person who came up with the plan.
Well, to be
No,
fair,
the general that executes the plan that then Mike goes and executes outside in the army, he still gets credit.
Wow. Yeah, he gets credit for.
I should remind you it was the Marine Corps, not the
Whatever. I
It's
think
all
it was
the
the
Army,
army.
I
I think it was army.
What do you play with when you're a kid? Army
Army man. I never played with a Marine man.
Marine man. That's crazy.
I'll play with a Marine man now, but
if we'd let you.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's true. But generally speaking, NFL coaches get credit, but also the quarterback is like
but
the amazing person.
No, but I was coming upstairs from a shower when I saw this hairball bat. So I was in a towel. I had no hands to do this.
I see.
Like this all happened really quick. So.
I
you're
see.
like, quick, get the
Yeah,
cake cover.
here's
Get the cake
plan.
cover.
This is happening.
Dad, get the cake cover and my sketch pad.
Yeah, well, I cut the anyway.
You cut the pad too.
Yeah.
You prepared. Okay.
I made it happen.
Man.
But it's like a thing in my house. Like we know we're not going to kill any animals.
A bat's too big to kill. Like there is a size.
Well, and if you don't have a trap, then for real, what would you do?
with a
If I-
bat, I would probably do similar to what you did. That's the easiest way. But there is a size of an animal that becomes too big to feel okay about killing. You know what I mean?
I also think in Florida you're not allowed to kill bats.
I think in Florida you're allowed
What?
to do
You
anything.
can stand your ground, but you can't kill bats?
Yeah, this is weird.
You can kill people in Florida.
in your
think
house.
because they need them to
would
keep
know?
control over all the bugs.
That's no. That I think you might be right that they need the bats to eat the mosquitoes, so they're like, don't kill them. But if you see someone in your neighborhood, do
Do whatever you want.
Yeah. I don't know what they're not killing them. Not
Yeah.
one mosquito.
They're protected by the Florida Wildlife
There
Conservation.
you go.
Nice.
It's also illegal to trap, poison, fumigate, or exterminate bats.
Oh
In
yeah, because I
Florida.
was gonna say
Yeah, I'll have to ask my dad what he did. I
would have
assume
my
he let it
kids
go.
leave the house and start shooting.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
pull a gun out
Yeah.
and start shooting the bat.
and say we don't live in Florida, kids.
No, you guys need to leave because I'm going to guess I'm not going to get it on the first shot. And these bullets are going to be flying. So you guys should get out of here. I'm going to have a machine gun.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do.
I don't know about the size thing. If you had an opossum in your house, do you think you couldn't kill it?
I don't think so. No,
What about with a gun?
with a gun,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah, shotgun.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then that's a lot of blood and a lot of possum brains.
Better than, yeah, but it's not moving.
Yeah. Possums
You
are gross. I don't like
They're
possums.
disgusting.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, you got video.
Yeah.
Okay, we're looking at
You
this
see the
video of the bat.
See the wings?
Oh my God, flying around. It looks almost like a tarantula.
Yeah.
The way the wings are on the ground.
See, it was cute.
He said,
No, there's something cute about bats.
Yeah,
I think so too.
Yeah.
It was really cute.
I would kill that bat.
No, I don't think I'd be able to kill like a guinea pig.
See,
like
there
that,
you go.
Like that size. Like if something that size was in my house, I don't think I'd be able to kill it.
Well, guinea pigs are like adorable.
Yeah, no, but I'm
But if
saying
it
like
was
that
like a
size.
big rat.
If it's a big rat, I don't know. That's hard. I can't step on it.
Oh, I'm smashing that motherfucker with a baseball bat.
Yeah.
No, I don't
Easy.
think so. You too,
Easy.
Troy.
I'd
Dude,
take
rats
something, just
are
break
cute.
Its neck.
Yeah. Yeah. I would
Take a hammer or a mallet.
100%.
How is a
100%.
rat not as cute as a guinea pig? If you Google rat, they're adorable.
No, rats are
Rodents
the
are
white
all
ones
cute.
with red eyes. They're gross.
No, and I've seen. I watched that rat documentary that the late great Morgan Spurlock did.
Ratatouille.
Ratatouille, about how they'll like break into your house, they'll start making soup. It's disgusting what these rats do. They'll start pulling your hair, trying to get you to do what they want to do. I hate them.
No, I get it. It's disgusting.
No, have you ever seen the Rat King?
Yeah.
I mean, the Rat Kings when all the tails get connected together. I mean, these rats are terrible. They'll take over our whole society if we let them. And all because you're sitting there going, oh, they're cute. Oh, they're cute. No. They're a danger and a threat. Unless they're eating the mosquitoes. Look at the Rat King. That's what you want,
Yeah, but
Danielle.
it's not a fraction as bad as what we do. We're weird.
What do you mean what we do? All we did was create society, the greatest society that any species has ever known. What building did a rat ever make? Okay?
Building schmilding.
Buildings rule. Buildings are one of the top things ever. Think about it. And I know today, and it's not fair, right? It's 60 degrees out today. You're thinking,
needs them?
who needs these buildings? Big deal, buildings. 2 weeks ago, when it was 13 degrees and raining and snowing, you were pretty happy about the buildings.
Couldn't wait to get into one of them.
Oh, you were like, oh man, you know what I'm going to do? Shut this door. You know who made hinges?
Humans,
Humans.
men.
Men.
Probably.
Men. Yeah, human beings. We do the best stuff. I won't have that. It's like what they do.
Aliens did a lot of good stuff too.
What did the pyramids?
Pyramids. Yeah.
The pyramids are amazing. But I don't know about the functionality of them.
Why? We're still talking about them.
No, we talk about them, but do you live in one?
No.
You
But
live
there are.
you live in a townhouse.
I live in a nice
So-
spot in Staten Island.
Yeah, well, you got a nice little piece of property for yourself in Staten Island. Everybody knows that. But in terms of pure functionality for society,
You could live in a pyramid.
you could, but I'd rather live in a townhouse. I think townhouses are more impressive
for sure.
than
Yeah.
the pyramids.
Yeah, definitely.
For functionality.
No bathrooms in the pyramids that
No.
I know of.
No. And I've seen a townhouse with 2-3 bathrooms.
For sure. 2.5 sometimes.
Yeah, and I love those. You got any half baths? That's what I say.
I'm looking for a place just for toilet.
Yeah, I need a half bath. I'm not looking to shower right now, but I could drop a deuce. Yeah, what do you mean? What do you mean no worse than what we've done?
You know, humans are just questionable. Like, there's so many things that we do that
That's
are just not.
That's not fair because you're thinking of like Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah.
And that's the worst of us. You're thinking of Bill Cosby, okay? And by the way, even Bill Cosby, the worst of us, he did the Cosby Show. Even Harvey Weinstein, the worst of us, he helped with Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what so like the worst rat ever? What's the best you could say about the worst rat? You see what I'm saying?
I get your point.
Jeffrey Dahmer, one of the worst people ever. But that show was good. You see what I'm saying?
You're finding the silver linings, yes.
I'm an optimist.
Yeah.
You're good at that.
Thanks, man. But I
What
would
about
find
Hitler?
Good painter.
Charles Manson, good songs.
Great songs.
I watched that Chaos documentary.
It's great.
It was okay.
It was only okay. That's 100% right. But if you listen to my inflection, it was great. And it was great.
I'm sure it was better if you didn't read the book. I was watching it and I'm like, they're leaving so much out.
Yeah, the book is very detailed and
Yeah.
very, very good.
Yeah.
This is just like...
It's a nice companion piece because you get to hear some of the interviews and you get to,
Yeah.
you know,
But this felt more like Charles Manson, they made him in the CIA. Trust me. You're like, all right. I mean, if you say so, your transitions are sweet.
okay. Yeah, no, you got some good transitions.
Yeah, the video effects are sweet, and you really made the author look very theatrical in the beginning with the white glow behind him.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about.
I guess I'll trust you. Yeah. But even Charles Manson, people thought he was cool from the T-shirts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like
resurgence.
he did have a resurgence.
And those ladies loved him.
They loved him. They loved him. Ask Squeaky Fromm if Charles Manson was all bad. But like, what's the best thing that like rats have ever done? You think about these species of animal that have
Rat
been.
Fink, that's a good song.
Rat Fink's a good song.
Yeah.
It's not a comparison of who's better. It's just
I'll
more
tell
of
you
like
who's
they
better.
just try to exist and we're like out here killing and eating them when they can't even speak to us.
You
There's a
eat
hierarchy.
rats? You're so
No,
fucking
I'm
gross.
I moved on from rats.
You hear what she said?
It's the rats.
Why would she eat rats?
I mean, they do.
Yeah, but I mean, we don't like go to the get
Fear
some
factor.
chicken. Yeah, what are you?
No.
What is Joe Rogan telling you what to eat? Ugh. I mean, so you don't like lions either because they eat gazelles?
No, animals can eat other animals.
What about us? Why can't we eat
Because
other
we're
animals?
different.
We're part of the food chain.
We're not the.
We're animals.
We don't chew that way. Like we don't need animals to eat to survive.
Oh, meaning we could be, what is it, herbivores.
Sure, yeah.
But nobody in this room is a herb.
Nice.
Nice.
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate that. Yeah, so you're saying because genetically and we could just eat plants.
Yeah, like it's that whole statistic about the way that like animals chew side to side because they literally eat other animals, whereas we eat up and down because we don't need to do that. Like it's like we just don't.
Sounds like propaganda put out there by PETA.
It could be, but
By Big Veg.
Big Veg put this out there.
That goddamn big veg.
Big Veg.
So if I start chewing side to side, I can eat animal?
As much as you want.
oh, ew.
I think as the top of the food chain and the dominant species on the planet,
That's right.
we need to rule.
And
we
we
need to
proved that by making buildings.
And cheeseburgers.
and cheeseburgers. Well, not all people can make a good cheeseburger.
No.
Remember Chuck Schumer?
Oh, yeah. Chuck Schumer doesn't know how to make a cheeseburger.
No.
Didn't even use meat.
No. No, he used raw veggie burger. Yeah, I mean, I think the fact that we have learned to use tools, perfected them, created buildings, created society with rule and structure. That, you know, we're not just here to exist. You know who put us here?
God.
That's right. That's right. He made us in his image, right, Troy?
Absolutely.
See?
Also,
So?
don't forget what we got. Thumbs.
What about this? Explain this. You got all the info about chewing. Explain why we got these thumbs if we're not supposed to be devouring chicken breast by breast.
There's a lot of other things to do with the thumb, but all right.
Not me. I tell you what the bottom of my thumb goes under a chicken sandwich. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Use all the other fingers, squish it down. Yes, I would like to have another.
Chicken sandwich.
Love a good chicken sandwich.
They're the best, aren't they?
So good.
You can fry them, you can grill them, you can put seasoning on them, whatever you want to do. And why on earth would we be created as a species to enjoy the delicious taste of chicken, if not to enjoy it?
I don't know.
Shouldn't it be gross?
He's
if we
got
weren't-
you there, Daniel.
If we weren't supposed to eat it, it'd be gross, right?
Yeah. I mean,
That's why we don't eat broccoli.
Broccoli's gross.
Because it's gross.
It is, like, technically meat is disgusting until you, like, season it and do it. You know what I mean? Like, the
sushi,
fact
that's
of it
raw.
is
I
it's
love
still an
sushi.
animal that's,
Sushi's
like,
raw.
skinned and chopped and put in a, it's like, ooh. You just don't want to think about that part or watch that part.
Were you
but
always
it's still
vegetarian?
happening. For like 10 years now, yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't, though.
Right.
I was a huge meat eater as a kid. Before I
So do you
grew
miss
my
it? Because
own
I know
mindset.
other vegetarians that like miss it, but they
No.
have their you don't miss it at all.
No, because I'm really into food, and like I find ways to find my own substitutes and ways to
cauliflower,
no.
You got the
Better than
cauliflower
that.
wings?
tofu.
Like if I wanted, but there's so many things, and I get the same satisfaction in a different.
It's
way.
not the same.
That's fair.
People say it's the same. It's not
not.
the same.
Well, for me,
Yeah.
I can guarantee you haven't eaten all of the like
He hasn't even
plant
eaten all the
proteins
meat.
and things that I eat at
There's-
my
They're not there
spots.
I guess, yeah, I have. But one time,
They're there with some things.
one time I made egg and cheese.
Chicken, maybe.
That Impossible Whopper was damn good.
It was okay, but it's a lot of chemicals. So what you're not eating an animal, you're just eating in chemicals.
Well, she's not worried about hurting the chemicals.
Right.
They don't have feelings.
Yeah, the chemicals are okay. But one time I made an egg and cheese, and I didn't realize that my wife used fake cheese because she doesn't eat dairy. It was not. It was disgusting.
Yuck.
They do not have it with the veggie cheese. It ain't
Well,
there yet.
I am a vegetarian, not vegan, so I do have real cheese. I'm like
Grilled cheese good, huh?
Yeah, no.
All right, now we got found some common ground.
You ever throw bacon on that grilled cheese? You can do. I think a vegetarian can do bacon.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It's so good.
A pig?
Is that where they're from?
It's
I
from
don't know.
some magical animal.
Because they just show up. What about Bacos? Is that real bacon or is it like
Oh, you're fine.
Bacos is fine, right?
It's fine.
Sprinkle a little Bacos on a grilled cheese. I think it's fine.
It's like it's fine.
It's fine, right?
There's got to be something you miss.
Like, no.
Really?
No, because no, I get the same. The way that I have learned to cook and season and fry and do whatever, it emulates it so much
Oh,
that
you got a humble brag, huh?
I'm just saying.
You're a good chef.
And yeah, I have something to prove because everyone's always doing this to me where it's like, what do you eat? What's your protein? And I'm like, oh my God. Like I'm in the kitchen a lot and
I respect that
knowledgeable
she's-
on nutrients and other things that people don't
do it right.
eat. Yes.
Yeah.
I do it right. I don't even do like salads and pasta because that's too boring for me.
Look at you.
You know, like
Salad
I'm
and
eating
pasta rule.
I'm eating extravagant as a
You are?
vegetarian. Yes.
Wow. Multiple courses?
Yeah. Like breakfast, lunch, dinner,
Okay.
dessert every day.
But hearty meals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Colorful.
Yeah. And I love the vegetarian instead of vegan, so you could still have a Fudgy the Whale.
Yeah, vegetarian. That's way better than vegan.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the one animal that you'll eat is Fudgy.
Yes.
Yeah, good for you.
Vegans are turds.
Ve-
No, they are. It's okay. You
Hey.
can say it.
No, I'm on the way to be
No,
vegan.
no, no.
would you like to be a vegan? Is
Yeah,
that,
I'm like
the goal?
60% there in terms of like my savory meals because I don't really, aside from cheese, it's just desserts. I'm a sweet tooth.
Are you going to miss cheese?
Like, yeah, but there's other ways. I know you said you weren't a fan, but there's so many
It's cheese
brands
whiz.
and so many ways to make it. Well,
Yeah,
that's
That's
probably
not
fake.
cheese.
Yeah,
No, that's not real cheese
yeah
at
I
all.
could eat that.
Yeah,
Actually, no, there's probably like milk powder or something.
probably milk powder.
Gross.
Cheez-Its.
Yeah, if you're a vegan, that means you can't eat cheese. So what are you going to put on your Philly cheesesteak?
Oh, yeah, I don't eat this.
Really?
What about a chicken cheese
Or
steak?
vegan?
Yeah,
cheese?
you got your chicken cheesesteak, right? I just did that one for me. John in Canada.
Oh, Sammy Mouse Killer.
What's up?
Hey, I've got, just to backtrack to the flies a little bit, I've got a thing called a bug assault. It's a little shotgun that you blast flies with table salt. You load table salt in a little hopper in the top, and you get to rack it like a shotgun and blast flies. It's the most satisfying thing ever.
Yeah, that rules. Thank you, John. I've seen those before. I've never gotten to mess with one, but they seem so fun. I don't know if you've seen these, Danielle. You would love them. It's when you have flies in your house, you can. It's a gun that you put salt in, and then it like makes it into a pellet. You shoot salt pellets at these bugs, so it like kills them, and you have fun doing it.
It sounds like a fun game.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never used one before, but I would like to. Have you ever gone camping and used like fly paper?
No. I've
No?
actually never gone camping.
Oh. Yeah, I've been in like cabins and stuff where there's like fly paper hanging down. And so technically, you're not killing any of the bugs, except they are getting stuck to all the paper. It's like sticky paper that you hang from the ceiling.
And then you need to take it down and crumble up all the flies.
No, you just throw it away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you chuck it. Somebody does.
Not you.
Not me.
Not me. Not me. No. Whoever's cabin it is, they're the ones doing it. Puma in Chicago.
Good morning, boys.
Good morning, Puma.
My question to Danielle is, why are you a vegan? Is it because of medical or benefits, or is it because you don't believe in like animals getting killed?
Can you hear the condescension?
So
Yeah.
much.
I get this all the time.
I know you do.
Yeah, no, it's just because, I mean, I ate them for a while and then I became more aware, saw more videos of like, oh, okay, we're hanging these animals upside down, slaughtering their necks. Oh, we're trapping them in these buildings. Just all these factual things that it's so normalized in our society. And I was like, that is kind of crazy. Maybe I don't want to be a part of that.
The videos are crazy.
That's why I don't
Yeah,
watch those
like
videos.
it's very
I know, I
much
gotta
it's a real
avoid those
thing.
videos.
Yeah, and I didn't want to avoid it, and I was like, yeah. So now to me, it's like meat is not. I just view it as animals, and I'm like, I don't want to consume that. Yeah, that's why.
You're just not really educated. And, I'll explain why. Because, when you look at, how vegan and the products and the crops are done, they kill more animals with traps and pesticides to keep away from your precious vegetables than what actually goes on
Do
in
you
the
consider them
slaughterhouse.
precious?
I gotta pop
Yeah,
that mic.
your turnips. I mean, give me a break. It's just, and that's another thing. Like,
By the way,
if you
Puma,
really
can I-
want to be healthy, you need
Puma, can I?
protein. Fish,
I have a
steak,
lot of
go ahead.
protein, babe. Yeah, I do.
No,
I have a lot of
vegetables,
protein.
That's not protein.
Bro,
It's not
How is that
vegetables.
you can get protein outside of
Tempeh, soy, quinoa, beans. Come on,
Oh, she
peanuts.
got
I
you.
have
It's all
literally so many
bullshit.
different
Oh,
types
she-
of proteins, and it's not like
Oh
this red
my
meat that's going to
God.
hurt my heart.
Oh shit, she got
Red
you with the
meat doesn't
legumes.
hurt your heart. You're uneducated. You
Okay.
just you don't understand.
Too much red meat
Like-
is not good for you.
Hey, Puma,
This man hates turnips.
Puma, why are you
Go
so
ahead.
mad? Why are you so mad at turnips? Why do you hate? Why are you so mad at vegetarians?
He called them out specifically.
I'm
Yeah,
not. It's just
You
it's just
are.
like the typical. Listen, it's the typical chick at the gym. I bring my soybean latte. I go to
Does
Starbucks.
sound
I
like
don't
it.
even like coffee,
know,
so
You're sick of it.
I mean,
Puma.
it is what it is. Like, look, with all due respect, I hear what you're saying, but the soybean paste and all the crap you're eating is not good for you. I know you think it is,
That's
but
right.
it's not.
no, the stuff that I make all of my food, and it's just pure ingredients. I'm not eating like the processed
gotta-
stuff anyway.
You
So.
gotta go to
So you
Burger
go
King.
and
This stuff
harvest
is not
your
good. Your
vegetables
stuff is
from
not
your own
good for you.
garden?
The chicken nuggets.
Let me ask you: do you harvest your own vegetables from your garden?
Do you?
Your own garden?
Do
Yeah.
you?
Do you kill your own meat?
Yes, I
Puma?
do.
Oh,
that's a great
okay.
question.
Puma, are you
I
that?
do have a garden.
In Chicago, yeah.
Here, hold on a second. Look, hold on 1 second. I live in the country in the south suburbs of Chicago.
Troy got you.
I say Chicago because you guys want to know where I live. I live in Frankfort, Illinois. I do have a garden,
Home
and
of
I
the
do go to I go to butcher shops where I know the meat is processed. I don't go to Jewel or Mariano's or any of the bullshit grocery stores that you guys are familiar with. I don't eat fast food.
Never heard of
I don't eat McDonald's or anything like that.
Well,
so I agree with.
It sounds
lot
like
of
you're a
what you're
superior
saying, but-
human, Puma.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Puma. Like,
No, I'm not.
why
I'm
can't
not
we all
really,
be more
not
like
really.
you?
Like I get it, but I mean, then why aren't you asking them about their nutrients? Because if it's
Oh,
the
they're-
vegetables
dude.
that's the problem, like what?
Well, no, their diet sucks. I mean,
Yeah,
I
you're
know the
just
guys
fine.
in
Don't
there
listen to
eat
him.
Raising Cane's, but
No,
when
my
you
diet's
come
great.
on here and say you're a vegan, it
Plus,
blows
you
my
look
mind because
She didn't say
Not
that.
a vegan.
at the end of the day, you would feel a lot better if you were eating proper chicken, steak, and fish. I'm
Let
just
me-
being
I
honest.
disagree.
Let me ask you this, Puma. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
You do sound like you have a very well thought out, great diet. But if your diet truly is superior to everybody else, why are you such a dickhead?
I mean, Tim, I don't know. That's a hard question. I'd have to go back to my therapist and talk to him about
Yeah.
that. But I will say this. I mean, I eat cookies. I eat ice cream. I don't count carbs and calories.
Yeah, me either.
I just know how I feel. And if, I work out, like if I couldn't eat a vegan meal and survive after a hard workout. That's all I can say.
You
know,
definitely
and
could, but everyone's bodies are different, and I'm glad we're both on the same page of feeling good, you know?
yeah.
So-
Do you even work out? Do you work out?
Yes, I most certainly do.
Confrontation.
Why you
I
so
do.
mad? Why you Puma? You know, by the way, you understand.
Do you even work out, bro?
There's between you and Danielle, only one of you is trying to tell other people how to live their life, and it ain't Danielle.
Yeah.
No, I'm not telling anyone how to live their life.
You literally
know
have
what
told
I mean?
all of us.
A little bit, yeah.
Listen, you guys are going to do what you guys are doing, having raising cane contest. I mean, it is what it is. I can lead a
We should
horse
do
to
another
water.
one
I
of those.
can't make them all
We
drink.
did that today.
It's choices that you guys make every day. That's how you look the way in the mirror, you know?
Sam, you look good.
Thank
I
you,
think
bro.
we all look good.
Yeah, Puma, are you like a super muscle, handsome guy?
I mean, I wouldn't say, no, not at all.
Well, I was on the pendulum squats yesterday, okay? So that's what I do.
Yeah, just keep doing those band workouts, Sam. That's going to get you to the promised land, brother.
Band workouts.
Oh, I thought you used band workouts. Maybe it was someone else I was thinking about.
Listen, Puma, you need to think about yourself. That's what you need to think about, okay?
I appreciate it, Sam.
All right, buddy. I'll talk to you
Can
later.
I ask
Yeah,
one question, though? I really wanted to know how our friend is doing.
Who?
Jim.
He's awesome.
And,
He's
like,
got two
why-
podcasts. Why don't you like he could?
He's on social media. You can follow what he does.
Yeah,
Puma.
he's killing it. He had George Santos on his podcast the other day. He's crushing it right now, bro.
Right. I got lost when he started saying that he has a wife when he has a man, you know, when he's with another man.
It's weird, Puma. You
I didn't see that coming from
yeah,
Puma.
yeah. You really you don't strike me as overly judgmental at all.
Not at all. I don't
Yeah.
judge anybody.
Nah.
No. Thank you, Puma.
No.
Danielle, why can't you be more like Puma? Just seems like an awesome dude.
I don't judge
He's doing
anybody.
it
I just
right.
think you're all doing it wrong.
Yeah.
I may be able to clarify some of the things that Puma was trying to get across.
Why? It just
I get
sounds
it.
like the type of guy I'd love to hang with.
Yeah.
Well, he offered a very
He's popular
nice
at parties.
explanation.
Yeah.
So-
Whatever diet. He's on a diet called the shithead diet.
So meat has a more complete amino acid profile than like plant protein. So if you're lifting a lot of weight, trying to get that out of plants, very, very difficult. Plus like things like zinc, iron, creatine, etc.
I get my protein out of bars at the gas station store.
Of course. Yeah, nice RX bar.
Oh yeah. It says 32 grams of protein on it.
Pair it with a Rhino 5000. You're ready to go.
Oh, ready to go.
Right.
Ready to go. I get home. Mrs. Roberts knows what's up.
Chasing her around the house, huh?
Oh yeah.
You get over here!
I'm on a Rhino 5000.
I got a Rhino 5000 from the gas station.
Yeah.
Rhino will have you primed for a week.
That's what I tell her. I go, I'm gonna go work out. I'm gonna stop by the gas station store on the way home. She's like, oh no. Oh, not the gas station store.
Sunoco's fully stocked, baby. I'm coming home.
I'm going to the mobile mart.
Hey, before there was Blue Chew.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Dr. X in Mexico City.
Well, now after hearing Montone, I got a different question. First of all, do vegans and vegetarians, are they allowed to eat ass or boogers? That's one question. And number two, what
Okay.
the fuck is sex like with a vegetarian guy? I can only imagine. All fucking limpy dicky?
You trying to have sex with vegetarian guys?
Me?
Yeah. I'm telling you guys. I'm just telling you callers today how you're coming across.
Yeah, you are coming across a little.
Troy, did you seem like you want? Didn't he seem like you want to have
It
sex?
sounds like he's concerned about having sex with a man that is vegetarian.
Which, by the way, cool.
Okay.
Like we're not.
This
This
Troy-
isn't. What was his name in Chicago?
Puma.
Puma. I'm not Puma. If you want to have sex with a vegetarian guy, go have sex with a vegetarian guy. All right? Knock yourself out. Call up. Tell me how it was. I'm interested. I'm a curious guy. Not like curious
God
like
damn
that,
it.
but just curious about information.
You're like George.
I'm
like George.
I'll take a hit for the show. I'll have to take a hit for the show. I'll let you know. I'll report.
Thank you, Dr. X. I want to know what it's like.
And by the way, I'm just wondering, what's it like to have sex with a vegetarian guy?
I don't know, Dr. X. Go find out. I've never done that, but
Callers are very homoerotic today.
The callers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
they don't know what to do. Here's somebody saying, like, no, I prefer not to eat meat. And they're like, what?
We're supposed to eat meat.
I'm gonna have sex with men. What? I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying anymore.
I'm so confused.
I'm confused. She said she doesn't eat meat. What does she eat? Flowers? I'm sorry, Danielle. Some of us are not as evolved as you. You're probably used to hanging out with
Puma is.
Puma, except for Puma. Except for Puma.
It's funny. Everybody thinks that like what they do is what everybody should do.
Isn't that interesting? Hey, don't worry. I have all the answers. Oh, good. I knew somebody had to have all the answers. It's you.
Yeah, and by the way, you guys aren't eating enough DiGiorno.
Yeah. I mean, listen. As far as I can see, I am doing great in life. So
You're crushing.
And you made it on like pizza and chicken fingers, bro.
that's 100% right.
So, I mean, anybody saying that that's garbage food, you're obviously excelling. So,
I'm prospering.
yeah.
Okay, so
And you're hitting the gym.
and I'm hitting the gym. Danielle, you know what you need to start eating? Trust me, okay? I know because I'm me.
Dan Roberts Show.
A Coke and a 20-piece McNuggets. And that will give you all the nutrition you need. It's a great lunch or dinner. Quite frankly, or breakfast.
Yeah, that's any day or any time of the day.
And I'll tell you what, the reason you get a 20-piece is if you're really hungry, you slam that thing down. If you find out halfway through you're not as hungry as you thought they were, they keep well. The other day I was driving to the gym, I had 7 nuggets left in the fridge. Eat cold nuggets on the way to the gym, get that protein blast. Am I right, Mike? Hit me. Boom. So, anyway, Danielle, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Probably a healthier source.
I think that's pure protein. It's white meat now.
And you made it this far, bro. Why switch it up?
I guarantee I'm not switching it up.
Because that could throw you all off.
No, I figured it out.
And you can be successful by eating fast food multiple times a week.
You know what's good to drink? Soda. Soda's great. You drink soda, Danielle?
No, but it's not because of health purposes. I actually just don't like it.
That's crazy when
Yeah.
people say that. That's
Nuts.
fucking crazy,
'Cause
right?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I've heard a
Even
couple.
like McDonald's soda?
No.
Do you think she's going to McDonald's?
I don't like soda except McDonald's because I go there for my food because I'm a healthy vegetarian.
Yeah, no. I didn't grow up with soda. Me and my sisters. I mean, like, we could have had it at birthday parties, but I didn't like the fizz as a kid.
Travis, you gave up soda.
I never did soda. My mom.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my mom was such a health nut. Like she
Yeah.
was a vegetarian. She would make meat for us, which, as I get older, I'm like, that was really cool of her. Like she never.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
She never put her. She never put her
push
beliefs
it.
on. No, never.
That's great.
Like,
That's a good thing to do.
Yeah. But no soda,
Wow.
and I didn't have like good cereal till I was like in my teenage years.
Did it blow your mind?
Yeah.
Like when you had your first bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch with milk?
Oh my God, I didn't know that this existed. I've been eating like Product 19 my whole life.
Yeah. I would have given up all other food and just had cereal.
Well, now you know why I'm trying to catch up.
Right. There's so many great treats.
But no, so we didn't have soda in the house, so I just never drank soda.
So do you now, like, if you drink a soda, are you like, this is, like, I don't like this? Or
No, I don't dislike it. It's just not what I want.
because you just didn't develop
Yeah, because I didn't develop the taste for it. And plus, I know it's like not necessarily good for you, and I don't like sugar in my drinks. So,
Same.
yeah,
same.
like I'm
I want to eat my sugar.
totally
I wanna
fine with
drink it.
water.
People say that. They go like, well, I want to eat my calories. I go, not me. I want to drink every calorie. I want put it syrup and just put it down my throat. It's the best.
Yeah, no, I could live without soda for the rest of my life, easy.
Yeah, and I know, and I think too, like if I just broke myself of the soda habit, like if I could go 6 months
Yeah.
not drinking soda, I probably would not want it anymore.
That's what my wife's doing right now. She's been off. I mean, she lived on Coke Zero, and she's been off it for a month or two now.
It's calorie free.
Yeah, we're just drinking.
But it's good for you. Why?
No, because it's zero, right?
0 calories. I don't understand.
No, now it's just flavored seltzer water, which is great.
It is, yeah.
Like it tastes great. I mean, I don't know how great it is for you, but
you don't
can
get it.
say 0.00000.
Yeah, no. I mean, I wait, but it doesn't hit you with that heavy syrup.
Nah.
You love the heavy syrup, right?
You know what? Yeah, I mean, I'll drink
Nah, she
soda
misses it.
once a week.
She does miss it.
Oh yeah.
You only drink soda once a week?
That's bad. That's
You
it.
should have it every day, dude.
I can't do it.
It's so good.
It's bad. It's really
I
bad.
thought you were trying to get into better shape.
I'm trying.
Sam, look how great Sam looks.
I know.
Coke every day.
It's hard. It's hard to argue with it. I see what he eats.
Do you do like a day where you just like fuck off?
So
Oh yeah. Like if I'm having if I go I'm going to McDonald's, like I'm not having water with McDonald's.
No, that's right.
I can do that easy.
No, fuck no.
If I
You don't have to be aggressive about it.
Well, you need the sugar to balance out all the salt.
Yeah, that's a good point.
yeah, sweet and savory.
It's the best. And it's like you feel like
That's how they describe McDonald's.
Sweet and savory,
I feel like if I'm doing it, I'm doing it. Fuck it.
and doing it well.
Yes. I'm gonna have a cheesesteak. I'm gonna smash a cheesesteak. I think this weekend.
That's a great idea.
I have a cheesesteak on my mind already.
That's that. Isn't that Billy Joel song or something?
I gotta check out Bradley Cooper's cheesesteaks.
Oh, that's right.
I've seen the pictures. They look great.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll have a Coke with that.
Okay.
You should.
Yeah.
And you as
And then you eat
should.
healthy the rest of the week?
I mean, I wouldn't say healthy. I'm trying, but it's,
Yeah.
I would love to get disciplined like The Rock and then have my epic cheat meals and you just see me lining up 2 liters.
I'm just having, for today's cheat meal, it's just soda.
It's all soda cheat meal.
I'd love to see a 24-hour food log for everybody in this room.
I mean,
Ooh,
yeah, I mean, I
that.
can do that.
it could be fun. Except,
I don't think it would be that exciting because none of us lie.
yeah.
It would just be very interesting to see an across-the-board comparison.
But we should probably do it for a week, right? Like a 24-hour food log. Like
So traditionally,
That
you
could
would
be
do like
tailored.
a 72-hour if you wanted to get a good assessment. It would just, after a while, that's a lot of stuff to read through.
a lot of logging.
Yeah, for the sake of radio, I feel like a 24-hour.
I just think that I feel like it would have to be more than 24 hours, and then we hit the highlights because you can. Because Troy would we have to do a week because Troy would fake the funk.
Anybody could.
He would, but Troy, like you and I wouldn't because we don't care.
why would I
No,
fake what I eat?
Because you want people to,
Yeah.
No, I don't.
You're
He's,
superficial.
he's like a New York guy, you know. He's like a city guy. Yeah. You got your tits done, dude.
yeah.
I
and your
just
nose.
tell you, I have McDonald's.
You got rhinoplasty and your tits done. You said you have McDonald's once a week. You don't have McDonald's once a week. You have way more than once a week.
No fucking way. No way.
You were in China for 10 days. You had McDonald's like 6
That's
times.
because I had 3, and that's because the Hong Kong McDonald's is different.
And also, by the way, you're like, oh, I only go once a week, and then you go and it's like 20 nuggets, a Big Mac, 6 fries, 2 drinks.
It's enough food for like 3 trips.
Yeah, it's crazy.
No. I only have it once a week.
Right.
Once a month, I'll eat McDonald's.
That's a lie.
Once a month? What's he
I don't
talking
believe
about?
once a month at all.
What's he talking about?
You're
Well,
crazy.
okay.
You're going to tell me that 1 out of every 30 days you have McDonald's?
I try. Yes.
Bullshit.
I try.
You don't make it 7.
I had McDonald's 3 times in Hong Kong. And then
Have you had it since you got back?
Okay.
You've only been back a week.
Well,
back a week.
before my flight on Sunday, before I went and scooped up some Egg McMuffins.
Smart. By the way, smart.
And we commend you
Totally
for it, by the
fine.
way. I like people who eat McDonald's. I don't like liars.
But I tell you the truth.
I know, but first you say, my intention is this. And I go, I don't care about your intention. You don't meet your intention.
But I do well for a while.
Not for a month, not for a week.
Yes, I can. I don't eat McDonald's a lot in the city when I'm here.
That's not true at all.
That's not true.
You've had it in the last week.
He comes.
I was in Florida. I was leaving. I like to be full from my flights.
No, I get
I
it.
do love fast food on a flight.
I want to be. I want to be completely satiated on a flight.
I do too. I'm
Listen,
with
you should have more than 2 Egg McMuffins. I'm not
Have
criticizing.
6. I don't care.
Yeah, they're delicious.
I did have more.
you. I did have more than
I
six.
bought one for Clarice, and she didn't want it, so I ate it. So I had 3.
Waste not, want not.
I was like, I'm not going to throw this away.
What's a sin? It's a sin to waste
Yeah, I
food.
was like, I got you one. She's like, I don't want it. I'm like, okay,
Good.
good,
Yeah.
good, more for me.
Were you kind of happy that she didn't want it?
Of course,
Yeah.
because I was still hungry.
I mean, he was watching her eat breakfast before they left.
You're like, you don't want this, right?
Yeah.
This is
Anyway,
gross.
I got you an Egg McMuffin. They're not great today. Are you full? I guess fine. If you don't want it, I guess I'll eat it. Once a month.
Bullshit.
When I'm in the city, I don't eat it much because the McDonald's here sucks.
That's true.
They don't taste good in the city. That they don't ever clean the fryers. They don't. I'll go to the McDonald's on Broadway. There's no soda, so I'll walk
Ah.
right out.
Everything sucks in
Everything
the city.
sucks.
Everything sucks. You got to get out of the city. Sucks here.
Can I do the show from Florida?
No, I say like I don't live in the city, and I somehow managed to get in here. every
Just come
morning.
to Staten Island.
Hell no. I'd go to the Best Chester before Staten Island.
Don't say it that aggressively.
Hit me, bro. That was sick.
Got good fast food in both places.
Elliot in Ohio.
Hey guys, I
Hey,
used to be a forensic anthropologist, and I want to tell Danielle we have evolved to be omnivores. That's why our mouths have incisors, which are for ripping meat, and also that's why we've developed a shorter, more compact jaw structure.
I mean, can I just say something? I understand everybody's
Sure.
intention here, but I want everybody who listens to this show to understand, and this is just a life lesson, nobody is ever going to follow your advice or think that you're cool or right or smart if you insist on talking down to people. The level of condescension in all of you is insane.
Yeah, people feel really
Now,
strong.
Sam,
about
Go ahead.
Sam, I'm a very distinguished gentleman.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize. If that's the case, then by all means.
And these are all things that can be proven factual unless you're some moron that believes in creationism. But yes, this has all been documented over the years through basic anthropology, fossil records.
I didn't
It's
realize that
a lot of people.
we were attacking vegetarians and the religious, but
Yes, they're absolutely both terrible. And the thing about being an evangelical and a vegan, it's the opposite rule of Fight Club, which is, Fight Club, you don't tell anybody. Being an evangelical or a vegan, number one rule is you fucking have to tell everybody you're one of those.
listen.
She's been here 2 months, and this is the first time.
Yeah, right.
Why are you shitting on her?
I know that that's the argument that people say that what do first of all, she's not a vegan. Second of all, I understand that that's the argument people make about vegans and vegetarians, but I also think that there is a high level of intolerance towards vegetarians because I was sitting here talking about Gene Hackman for 20 minutes. Nobody gave a fuck to call in about this poor sap. But the minute Danielle says, I prefer not to eat meat, you all call
Right.
up to be like, let me tell you what's wrong with you and stop talking about it.
Hey, Sam, if you want to do a callback, we can talk about hantavirus all day long. I'd be happy to do that.
You know what? I take that back. Thank you, Elliot. I appreciate it. Let's go to Chris, the teacher. What's up, Chris?
Shouldn't he be in class?
Hey guys, how are we doing this morning?
It's 9 o'clock.
Good. I
How are you
appreciate
not teaching?
appreciate
It's 9 o'clock.
that you've been able to stay on hold past standard school hours.
Yeah. I teach a little bit, but I mostly just hang out and listen to podcasts.
I
and
teach
yourself.
a little bit.
That's sick.
Oh, Chris.
I have a question for Danielle,
Okay.
and I don't judge you. I don't care what you eat. I honestly, I respect the discipline, so that's pretty good. But my only question is, why is your asshole a disaster if you eat so clean?
Yeah. No, I wonder the same thing. Because the doctors, I've gone and they'll be like, yeah, fiber, flax seeds, avocado. And I'm like, yup. I drink water. I'm active. There's no correlation for me. Literally everyone says that to me because it doesn't make sense. So I would love to know too.
Yeah.
You ever get tested for IBS or something?
Not yet. Like I said, I've gone a few times and they usually just do the food thing. But I could maybe. I don't know.
I'm worried about your butthole.
Yeah, maybe I should be too.
Yeah. No. Thank you very much. And Danielle, please keep in mind, Chris the teacher is a confirmed creep also.
Yeah,
just
no, I
so
got that.
I'm just putting it all on the table, Chris.
I appreciate it. Everybody's got to know.
Okay. Thank you, buddy.
You work with kids. Everyone's not.
Hang on, I'm gonna miss first period today. I gotta call in about the intern's butthole.
Tenure really is a hell of a thing.
It is great, isn't it? Jason in New York.
Yeah, hey buddies. My wife, she only eats meat, particularly beef products, and she gets the same amount of harassment.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
Oh, on the other side.
People love...
On the other side, yes.
People love harassing me about my very specific diet. I feel no desire to discuss it, but everybody wants to go, oh, well, do you eat this? Do you eat that? Do you eat this? Do you eat that? How about none of your fucking business? How
Yeah,
about
because
that?
you're weird. Troy, remember when he ordered that salad for the first time ever when we were out to eat? That was the most annoying thing that's ever happened in my life.
Salad, it was like just
and my mom left.
lettuce with no dressing.
Danielle, I ordered a side salad with no dressing, and they decided that because...
Out of nowhere.
Never. This has never happened before.
And by the way, I rarely dine with them. So they decided
This
that
is
it's...
when you and I were going out to lunch every day.
Yeah, we'd known you for a long time.
But wasn't it a dinner?
Yeah, this was at dinner.
Okay, well, I don't order a
in
side salad
Canada.
at lunch.
Well, I see what you're eating.
Yeah.
You've never said, "Oh, let's take a healthy option today."
It's
It's
a
like,
side-
"Oh, we're going to Wendy's or we're going to Chick-fil-A."
It was a side salad with something breaded, I'm sure. The main course, I'm sure.
It was literally like
No, you got a
lettuce and no
salad
dressing.
with no dressing.
It was a side salad. I've done it many times before, and these guys have still not gotten over it.
Haunted me.
I'm glad it haunted you.
You're just weird. You do things just to piss us off.
They do.
That I can't deny. I've literally maintained friendships with human beings just to bother Travis and Troy.
And it does.
Love that.
And it does, and it's fun.
It's true.
It's a fun thing. Sometimes I'll leave comments on people's Instagrams that are really nice, and it's literally the only reason I'm doing it is because I hope Travis and Troy see it and they get pissed off by it.
And we do.
And they do.
You've
And
got
it's-
so much going on, you should not have that type of time.
I know. There's other stuff I'm blowing off. And you're like, he says he doesn't have time. He's blowing stuff off, but he has time to do this.
Comment he's liking that photo.
Because it brings me joy. And you do need to do things that bring you joy.
No, I know. You got to stay centered.
That's what it does. It centers me. When I leave a comment on somebody's Instagram that you don't like, and it's a positive comment, and I know you guys will read it, it centers me. It brings me joy, and it centers me.
It's so annoying.
See, I feel centered again. Steve in Florida.
Oh, hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Ultimately, I have more respect for Danielle's eating habits than yours, Sam. I mean, yeah, well, I mean, you have the dietary habits of a 5-year-old.
That's true.
Well, there are 5-year-olds that share my diet. You sure?
Yeah, and you run around to Orlando. You come down to Orlando. You love coming down here because they have such a great food scene. The food scene down here sucks.
Have you
When I
been?
moved down from New York.
Have you been where you live? It rules.
I moved down here 19 years ago from Long Island, man, and let me tell you something. You can't get good food down here for shit.
Well, look, I'm sure you can get a better chicken parm in Long Island, and I would love a chicken parm. But beyond that, I mean, I've never... Troy, that's one place where Troy has seen me eat, and it's like, am I not in heaven?
In Orlando?
Yeah.
I mean, absolute, like, heaven.
You don't know what to do with yourself.
Yeah, you can't believe it.
I mean, here's the thing. I
Like
could,
Homer dancing through the land of chocolate.
That's right. A land of a land of chain restaurants.
The land of chain restaurants, which are all bad.
No. I haven't found one that's bad. I'd be sitting
5 stars.
I mean, if I'd be sitting
5 stars.
Yeah, 5 of 5. If I were in Orlando, the amount of time that I'd be sitting there staring at Uber Eats, just trying to figure out which option to select of all the great options, I'd waste so much time.
It's a good thing you don't live down there.
It's a good thing. I'd never get anything done.
Yeah, you'd probably be 400 pounds, but yeah, it really is miserable. For those of us who actually enjoy adult food, it's kind of miserable, which caused me to have to cook a lot more on my own.
Steve, you're not finding the right places. They're out there, bro.
Yeah, there's so many
Oh no,
Chick-fil-A's.
no, there's a couple of decent Asian restaurants. I got a good place that Troy and his fiance would love.
P.F.
down in the
Chang's?
Asian section in Orlando. No, it's called Tasty Walk. You prick at P.F. Chang's. Garbage.
I've had great meals at P.F. Chang's. I would like to say,
Good sweet and sour chicken.
Yeah, you ever have the orange chicken? It's really something. It's really spectacular.
It's authentic Chinese food.
Yes, it is. It's Asian fusion.
Danielle's doing a much better job eating
you.
than you are, and it is unfortunate about your back end. Sorry about that. But,
That's good. Pay your respects.
Everybody has that.
Yeah. But I mean,
Thank you, Steve.
I want to know, does Troy get offended because nobody's concerned about his back end and he's had major problems?
It's just every day.
Danielle's been here 2 months and all the callers are like, oh, how's it going, Danielle?
I think it's more like you see me and it's like you look at me, you're like, I expect that guy to have bowel problems.
Oh, yeah. I'm not
think it's
surprised.
I think it's even more so. I think there are people who think you deserve to have bowel problems.
I don't know if deserve is the right
I think
word.
it is. I think that's kind of where the listeners are at, which sucks for you. I don't agree.
Well, because I like food?
No, just your whole vibe. It's like, yeah, that checks out. You know, what I
And you
mean?
don't blame it on food.
No, you say
I don't know. I
you
blame it
said-
on age.
You said it's age and squat. Yeah, it's AIDS. You said it's age and squatting, and it will happen to you
You
too.
insisted that it's going to happen to Sam.
Yeah, and so far so good. I don't get hemorrhoids from squatting.
Well, I mean,
And I'm almost the same age that Troy was when he got it, and I'm still
good to go?
Yeah. I'm fine.
Again, I don't think either of you guys ever come in and be like, "You'll never believe this. I got a fucking hemorrhoid."
I would in a second.
No, you wouldn't.
You think there's a hemorrhoid cover-up going on?
Of course, you guys wouldn't admit it. You're not like that. You don't, Sam. You don't ever talk about anything involving your butthole or pooing.
That's true.
Well, that's because it's none of your business.
Exactly. So why would you say that you have a hemorrhoid?
I agree with you. Sam would never say that.
There could be 2 hemorrhoids in this room right now on Travis and Sam's buttholes, and we wouldn't even know it.
Never know.
I would tell you.
Wouldn't say a word.
Wouldn't I be squirming or something like that?
You have to sit on one of those rings.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, guys, this is just what I'm doing now. I do not have a hemorrhoid. Don't ask about it. It's just a way I prefer to sit.
It's part of my look.
Yeah.
Troy, I would tell you.
I injured my coccyx.
I hope you would.
Sam would not.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't have to tell you because
he's very private about his butthole.
Very private. We've never heard Sam fart.
No.
He's never talked about farting. He's never talked about pooing.
Yeah, excuse me for being a classy guy. You know? Like, excuse me for having manners. You know? Sorry, that's a lost art.
That's what you're known for.
It's funny for
manners.
the radio.
Yeah.
People listen because they know finally
There's somebody classy on the radio.
They say finally a shock jock with manners. That was the original before they were knocking out topics daily.
Shock jock.
Yeah. The Sirius app said finally a shock jock with manners.
That's a great tagline.
That was the second one, and then I don't know.
They passed on it.
I said that's the one to go with, and they said knock out topics daily. I was like, okay, you guys are the experts, but I think finally a shock jock with manners is the way to go.
No, you're right. It does have a nice ring to it.
Yeah, people want it too. That's what they've been looking for.
A shock jock with manners?
Because they go, we love shock jocks, but so many are ill-mannered.
Yeah.
You know, what are we like? This is not a good example. Larry in Las Vegas.
Hey guys, I was just kind of calling back up Danielle. You know, protein's a little hyped up, and you know we don't. I think we evolved with those fucking whatever kind of shark teeth that guy said we have, but so because when we were cavemen,
right,
you didn't know where your next meal was going to be. It could be months from then. So back then we needed to eat meat, but
Daniel,
find it a little redundant now.
Larry, it sounds like you could use a little protein to get that energy level up. Buddy.
Yeah, Larry, it sounds like your energy is low, and based on the music behind you, you're at the mall food court right now.
I'm actually at the gym.
Nice, dude. All right, well, get a pump on for me, okay?
Nice.
Hey. And for that guy that wants to, fuck a vegan dude,
You're
have good
available?
blood flow,
Nice.
Shut up.
Give my number.
Yeah. All right.
We're Dr. X.
You know what?
Thanks,
Dr.
Larry.
X and Larry. Look at us making love connections here on Sam Roberts Show.
Dr. X really stepped in it with that.
He's like, what's it like doing that? I don't know, Dr. X. You tell us.
Yeah,
Callers, call in if you're a vegetarian man.
good question, man.
Wants to make love to Dr. X. We're looking for you. Yeah, no, I mean, look. Vegetarianism is, it's a noble thing. However people want to live their life, they should live their life.
Yeah, whatever.
Right? Like, imagine being that wrapped up in somebody else's life.
I feel it's the same way as like when like everybody was up in arms about iPhones and Androids, and it's like, who gives a shit?
I agree.
Wow.
I agree. The one thing I do have a problem with when people make their animals vegetarian.
Oh yeah.
Like when you see like a dog, you
Sure.
try to make a dog have like on a vegetable based diet, or their cat. What are you doing? Why would you do that to an animal?
Would you do that, Danielle?
Danielle's really
Probably.
quiet.
Probably do
What
that.
about your dog?
She eats like those like nasty like dog, like the dry dog food. You know what I mean?
Kibble?
Kibbles and bits?
Yeah, but it's not
But
like
that's meat. That's like
it is. It is. But I'm saying like we don't feed her like straight up like ham.
Steak?
Yeah, like exactly. So she's not a vegetarian, no. But I don't know. If I had a dog, I would want to like make it meals.
That's just cruel.
If I did it correctly. If I googled it,
you
and
can't do that correctly.
then yeah, I don't know.
You can't make your dog a
I
vegetarian.
don't know. Can they though?
I don't know. Yeah, no, it's so fucking crazy to make a dog a vegetarian. It's not like putting a cat in a tuxedo. It's totally different.
That's cute.
Right.
Humanizing a cat and making
They can
it.
be vegetarian. A well-balanced vegetarian diet for dogs should provide all
You never
the
see those where
essential
they set up
nutrients.
like a vegetarian food bowl for a dog and then a meat food bowl for a dog? And the dog always goes to the meat?
Yeah, but it'd probably be better than this kibble, nasty, same thing every day. Like if I was making some meals with like lentils and beans and stuff, she'd probably love that.
Plus, I've never brought a cat into a Joseph A. Banks and had seen it go to the tuxedos section. For the record.
I mean, my cat looks so cute in anything you put it in.
Yeah, but you're forcing him to do that.
No.
Yeah,
He feels good when he's in it.
You think so?
He feels.
You can tell. You can tell
He's feeling himself?
He kind of like, you can tell he's
You know
feeling
what?
himself.
I look good. I feel good.
Look good, feel good, play good. Play
Thanks,
good.
Dad.
You got a guy putting top hats on his cat saying, don't make your dogs vegan. It's crazy.
Huh. It's not natural.
Chris in Atlanta.
Hey guys,
Hey, man.
I just wanted to say that first of all these idiots bagging on Danielle, absurd.
Good.
Vegetarian food can be absolutely amazing. There's a vegan butcher by our house. Great food. They make great Philly. Yeah, they call it a vegan butcher. He imitates all of the normal food you would eat with meat, like Philly cheesesteak. And while it's absolutely delicious, cauliflower buffalo is great, but none of it tastes like the meat version, even though I'm sure it tastes great.
Yeah. And I'm
So I
okay
do
with
disagree with
that.
Danielle about that.
Thank you, Chris.
Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, like, a substitute is not going to taste like the thing
Yeah.
it's a substitute for. It just also tastes good, right?
Yeah,
That's the
in a
point,
different
right?
way. And
right.
it satisfies the same similar craving, and you don't need to eat an animal.
But what do you do
Instead.
when the commercial comes on and KFC is like, we got saucy nugs?
Yeah,
Are you
I don't
like,
care.
Are you like, what the fuck?
I'm unfazed.
What the fuck? I
But
gotta
there's
eat
so many
those
different
nugs.
saucy nugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could pick your sauce,
Yeah, you could still have the sauce and then
but
go-
not the nug.
Well, you can get vegan nugs in the store. Get more cheaper.
It's not the same.
I know
not.
it's not the same, but I also never really ate fast food, even when I did eat meat.
What about the Popeyes chicken sandwich?
Don't care.
You should try it.
I don't know about that one.
Because I was thinking she's got this whole moral thing that she's built around.
probably just
It's
don't
really
know.
like there's a lot of integrity to it. Should I encourage her to break it? But that Popeyes chicken sandwich. I mean, during the pandemic, it got us through. Would you say that as a society we survived COVID-19 because of the Popeyes chicken sandwich?
1,000%.
Me too. I would say that as well.
There was times I waited in a drive-through line for 30 minutes for a Popeyes chicken sandwich.
On account of
Independent.
we got nothing but time and the most delicious chicken sandwich we've ever had.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm waiting on this line.
And by the way, I got to give a shout out to Dave's Hot Chicken because I had that the last time I was down in
Shout
Florida.
out to Dave.
Okay.
It was really good. I was surprised. I had it a long time ago. I didn't care about it, and then I was just craving like a hot chicken, like a Nashville hot. Dave's Hot Chicken really scratched that itch.
Shout out to Dave, by the way.
Do we have that up here?
I don't think so.
Damn.
We got Raising Cane's.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
But they don't do a Nashville. Like, why wouldn't you do like a Nashville?
They don't. They got one sauce.
I know, but they should do. They should have it so you could get the.
No. It's one thing.
He's completely changing their business
yeah,
model.
the business model.
I know, but it's just
is
it's
successful.
Silly. It's silly. It's like when you go to.
No, you're right. You're right. If there's anybody that's suffering from bad business, it's Raising Cane's.
I understand.
Every Raising Cane's I've ever been to is completely crowded.
Yeah.
I
You
get
can't
it.
find a table anywhere.
It's good,
And then Troy's like, I have an idea for success.
You know what would be better?
Yeah, have
Burgers.
a Nashville hot chicken option.
Listen,
No. It's one thing. That's
Put it
why
on the
it's so
secret
successful.
menu. Make a secret menu.
you know what? If I were the guy who runs Raising Cane's, I'd be like, okay, cool. Thanks for the advice. Where can I hit up your extremely successful chain chicken restaurant?
And I'd ban you.
And
I
also,
get banned?
Yep.
and also you're banned now.
Yep. For making such a bad suggestion.
Kanye says he doesn't take advice from people less successful than him.
Well, I mean,
But-
that's the guy you want to be listening to, right?
You're right. Kanye says a lot of stuff.
He's just
That's
walking around
actually-
L.A. with a swastika on his T-shirt.
He was.
Yeah.
They're probably
One
more.
I know.
They're probably more comfortable when the fires were out there. Greg in New York.
Hey, my team.
Morning.
All that hemorrhoid talk has me going. I'm a general surgeon. Just wanted to advocate supplemental fiber for everyone. We recommend to avoid or to treat hemorrhoids. We often find vegetarians or people who say they eat really healthy completely underestimate their amount of fiber. It's usually much lower than we recommend. So at least 35 grams. And then get your scopes age 45 as we all get older. Not something to overlook.
Age 45. Thank you, Greg.
Yeah, of course.
That's a surgeon right there. You take extra fiber?
No.
You got to get them supplements.
Okay.
It's too late for Troy.
Yeah.
He already had his hemorrhoid.
What is the supplement, though? You
Like-
know? What is it made of?
Fiber.
Mike?
You know?
I have no idea. I mean, it's
What's a supplement?
some sort of
How
wheat
do they
husk, I
work? Sounds like an Insane Clown Posse song.
They make the gummies, but those things will make you fart your fucking ass off.
I don't want to fart
Don't
my
need that.
ass off. that's the last thing I want to do.
Like supplements
this
freak me
economy.
out a little bit.
Do they? Because you just don't know what's in.
Yeah, like the whole like Metamucil thing. I'm like, I'm not eating. It's like Yellow Lake 5 and Red 40. I'm like, how is that better for me?
Oh yeah, because the RFK
It's
says
gelatin.
Yeah, all those. You don't like Jell-O?
It's technically.
Is it like
Well, it's animal.
Oh,
fat.
horse hooves, right?
I don't know. So I don't do that. Yeah,
Jell-O?
I don't do that one.
It's super good.
If you're not eating meat, you should take a creatine supplement for sure.
Creatine?
Yeah, creatine. German micronized creatine monohydrate.
Whoa.
Whoa. What the fuck?
It's like some Nazi shit.
Yeah, I thought. You gotta get clean supplements, I guess, though.
Yeah, you want to buy from like a well-reviewed
So
company.
expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, being a vegetarian is expensive.
You know what's not expensive? Chain restaurants.
Oh yeah.
It adds up.
Not if you go to Cracker Barrel. You get hearty portions.
5 for $5. I know exactly what I'm getting.
Do they still do that?
Not really.
Times are tough. I don't know how they're doing that. They would do that.
Your times are tough. Not in this economy.
There's the Dun King's $6 meal.
People are really taking advantage of it, too.
Yeah.
Every time I go into a Dunkin', and I go into a lot of Dunkins, there are people with the Dun King meal.
I mean, isn't that the point?
Yeah.
Like, for people to, like...
$6 meals?
Yeah, because fast food is so expensive now.
But
It's insane.
you can only get the sausage, egg, and cheese. You can't get the bacon, egg, and cheese.
Oh, it's so annoying.
And you can only get iced coffee, not cold brew.
Cold brew, yeah.
They get you on that.
And their iced coffee sucks.
And their cold brew rules.
Cold brew is great.
Yeah.
I love a
It's
good
fresh.
Dunkin'.
Out of the tap.
Yeah.
Dunkin' tap. It's heaven.
Ooh.
Heaven. We're going to take a break.
Get that fake wireless charging.
I mean,
Put
you,
stickers on the table.
Yeah, just stickers anywhere.
you guys can shift the narrative as often as you want.
Hey, you appeared to be right.
Thank you. That's all I ever want, is to appear to be correct. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Stay there.
We'll be right back with Sam Roberts Show. You're back with Sam Roberts Show.
Angry at Elon.
What? Why?
At Elon. Wow.
That's weird.
Some of the people, it was the people from before, you know, they don't like him for his outspoken ways and his views on things and the way he's handled himself and all the Doge stuff. You know, there were already those people. But now, the money people are getting upset.
Where's the money?
Where is the money? My wife was not working yesterday for a better part of the day.
For so long.
So now you've got ex-users, NFL fans, people who don't like Doge, and people invested in Tesla, all getting upset with this Elon Musk. And don't forget the people in Orlando that were trying to land the plane yesterday or 2 days ago, except there was space debris all over the place.
Yep.
I mean...
He's having a bad week.
Listen, I've said many times, multitasking is for fools.
Plus, you also got to keep being the greatest video game player that ever lived.
I forgot. What was the game again?
Diablo.
Diablo. He's the greatest Diablo player that's ever lived, as is evidenced by the fact that most experts say his score is an impossible one to have been able to achieve
That's
by
how
himself.
good he is.
That's how good he is. Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, judgment aside, at some point, you have to come to terms with the fact that you can't multitask everything. And
And he's got to find time to tweet like 1,000 things a day.
He's tweeting 1,000 things a day. He's multitasking everything. And he's got that Steve Jobs disease. Not cancer. I'm talking about the personality thing, where Steve Jobs made a whole generation think that if they have these brilliant ideas, they can just do crazy shit and tell a room full of people, figure it out. Only Steve Jobs could do that. I want to put that out there. And no matter who you are, only Steve Jobs is able to do that.
Or Eddie Q.
Because Eddie Q was in the room. Eddie Q was one of the figured out guys.
Eddie Q's still around. I didn't even know that. He was interviewing Ben Stiller the other day.
What was he interviewing Ben Stiller about?
Severance and stuff. Because they're on Apple.
I saw a funny thing about Severance that was like somebody made the observation that if Severance were not on Apple TV, if Severance were on Max,
yeah,
it would be the biggest show on the planet. Like it would be one of those shows that we could not do a radio show without talking about what happened on last week's episode.
Okay.
Like it would be Breaking Bad. But because it's on Apple TV, it's just one of these massive shows that everybody's heard about, but nobody is for sure if they can watch it or not.
Interesting.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
that's where Apple
Yeah.
TV is still kind of at.
I don't know. I think that it's like the biggest show in the world, but maybe that's my algorithm.
Yeah, I think if you know it,
But I
you
also
know
think
it.
it's exploded in popularity in like the last month.
It has, but it is not like The Last of Us. Like whereas when
No, that is true.
right when The Last of Us was on
Succession.
Euphoria.
No, yeah.
Season 2.
That's true.
Yeah, season 2 of Euphoria. It was like, yeah, even I was watching season 2 of Euphoria.
Mhm.
It was a great season,
It was.
but
Zendaya, remember?
Zendaya. By the way, yes, I do remember. but yeah, that's what I mean. It's like I'm watching now. I'm deep into season 2. It's fantastic.
It's great.
But it's just interesting. And I think Apple TV needs that stuff. Like Apple TV needs shows like that to make themselves the platform that
Well, yeah, because they don't have Ted Lasso anymore.
Thank God.
But that was their show.
I know.
You know?
I know.
They have great shows.
I love when that's why I was so happy when Robert Eiler was in here and saying Ted Lasso sucked. Because there's so few rooms that I can go in.
Well, it's not a safe thing to say.
It's really not. Because people will be like, oh, I didn't realize you're a terrible human being.
I think people would think less of you more than they think less of Danielle for being a vegetarian.
If I said Ted Lasso
sucks in a public space.
I'm not saying that, by the way.
No. Of course not.
I'm not saying that
You
on
would
this
never
show.
say that.
Nope. I have not. I'm not saying that unless AJ's here. then maybe we'll get into it. But until then. And then, even then, we're just riffing, so don't hold it against me.
Yeah, it's for the radio.
It's for the radio. It's a bit.
Yeah, no, of course
We're doing
Ted
bits.
Lasso.
But yeah, so I mean, like,
he's nice.
Like, Elon is finding himself in a little bit of a pickle, and he's good at stuff. Like, look, I would love to. I don't know why he's running around Nazi saluting people, but
that's just no. That's a controversial gesture.
I don't know why he's running around controversial gesturing people. I do still look at a Cybertruck and go, that's still a cool car. I wish I had a Cybertruck.
No, you don't. Nobody does.
I think Cybertrucks are cool.
They
like a Lego.
look
That's
so
what I mean.
stupid.
Cybertrucks are cool.
And people are attacking them all over the place.
I mean, I see that on like...
With like hammers? Like, how are they attacking them?
Like running up to them and like banging on them
Okay,
and blowing
calm
them
down.
up. And
Yeah, I mean,
They're blowing them up.
Yeah.
That was that one guy in Vegas that we stopped talking about real quick.
Well, we didn't have anything else to say about him. I've seen many Cybertrucks in my neighborhood. Never have I seen one attacked.
I think your neighborhood's going MAGA.
Oh, I forgot about that.
No, you don't look at a Cybertruck and think it looks cool.
Honestly, I think
I
it
do.
looks cool.
I like 'em.
Really?
Cybertrucks are cool. And some people make them all like jet black.
There are some...
That looks cool.
Really cool, right?
Love it.
I've seen some... There's one like matte blue one in Staten Island, and I'm like, that's nice.
Kind of sick, right?
But it still looks stupid.
Like, I wish
I
Elon
would never
Musk...
drive one.
I wish Elon Musk would stop talking and not be in the White House and just make cars and rocket ships.
Well,
And
yeah, because that's
PayPal.
what he does well.
Yeah. And then...
He didn't make PayPal. Stop saying that.
And then, I think he did. And then I'd probably go like, maybe I need to get one of these Cybertrucks to look cool.
No, everybody hates Tesla now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird thing to do. Tesla,
Well,
Elon
it's not,
Musk,
I don't think it's weird because you're associating it with the person.
but that's what I mean, for the person to then not recognize that my businesses are associated with me as an individual. Let me not be this big weirdo guy. Let me just be a guy who's defined by his work.
Yeah.
I don't understand
Some people need more.
Yeah, it is. It goes back to that disease of more that we were talking about not too long ago. Like, I do not understand people who don't want to be publicly defined by their work when they do good work.
That's where he and Steve Jobs separate.
Right. Steve Jobs wanted to be defined by the products that he created.
Yeah.
Like he wanted to change the world through his products. Like it was like, hey Steve, like what do you think of this going on in the White House? He'd be like, what are you talking about? I made the iPhone. Don't even talk to me about it.
I'm busy with Pixar. Leave me alone.
He made a lot of money on that Pixar deal too.
Yes, he did.
Steve Jobs rules.
Yeah, ruled.
I mean, he still rules in the afterlife.
Yeah, and he's still in Spaceship Earth.
He is. That's right. He is, because they added from 1972 to 2025. It was real quick. Steve Jobs made the iPhone. Anyway.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah.
Let's go to David in Atlanta. What's up, David?
Yo, first of all, Elon Musk can suck a dick under the Golden Gate Bridge. That's how I feel.
Good for you.
Anyways, hey, the game he's playing is not Diablo. It's Path of Exile 2.
Oh, Path of Exile.
It's actually a Diablo killer.
Oh, it's a spin-off of Diablo.
Yeah.
Oh.
Get it right. No, it's not a spin-off.
No?
It's a Diablo killer, boy. It's good, man.
Oh, it's better
Anyways,
than
that's
Diablo.
What he's playing, is that.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yes, yeah. Diablo 4 sucks dicks under the Golden Gate Bridge, too.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe that's where he
There's
found
a lot
it.
going on under that bridge.
Well, it's a big bridge. Don't forget too. It's a massive bridge.
Oh, I
mean,
didn't know there was an update.
I don't know how he could.
He admits to account boosting.
Oh, he did. Elon Musk admits account boosting on PoE2 and Diablo 4, but says deal with it. What was the other quote? I'm sorry. Could you scroll back up? What would I be apologizing for? And then he's got the picture of him. It's as if to say, what me worry. Looks like Alfred E. Newman. Billionaire troll and part-time gamer Elon Musk.
No, you're down here.
Well, the mystery's now solved. A new video released by somebody shares DMs between the pair with Musk's permission, in which everyone's favorite brain chip advocate admits to using account boosting services, which he kind of had to after the internet noticed his PoE2 account grinding while Musk was very much in attendance at Donald Trump's inauguration.
Busted.
Still wanted that high score. I mean, I don't understand. I've had, I got WWE 2K25 early. I didn't even have time to install it early. I played that game for I've had it in my possession for a week. I probably played it for a grand total of 20, 25 minutes, maybe. And that was
share a code. I got time.
All right, I'll hook you up with the code. Just keep checking your phone.
Okay. My phone. Let me see.
But if I don't have time to play 2K25, and it's not that complicated of a game, and all I'm doing is hosting shows and shit, and he's running all these companies and can still be a great Diablo 4 player, I don't understand it.
That's why he's the greatest of all time.
The GOAT. I just wish he would shut the fuck up again. I mean, he had it all. It was...
People need more.
It drives me crazy.
Yeah, right?
That more
because
thing
you don't
drives me crazy. You don't. I mean, look, I was looking at this Stephen A. Smith thing. Stephen A. Smith just signed a $100 million deal to stick around at ESPN.
For 5 years.
For 5 years, $100 million. I don't even know.
Just for sports, by the way.
That's where I'm going.
I'm sorry.
No. But that is where I'm going. That's because it's a great point. But in... between 2025 and 2030, I don't even see how ESPN is going to make $100 million.
I don't understand.
Let alone have $100 million to pay Stephen A. Smith to do less at ESPN and still have an option to do more. And ever since that came out, right? So it was the idea is that ESPN's going to have him for television sports, right? That's the deal?
Sports, yeah. Sports. I think they probably have a hand in his podcast or whatever if it's about sports. Right. Anything sports is ESPN.
I'm going to tell you something. This is that thing of I need more, I need attention, I need power, I need everybody to know I'm the best. If somebody gave me $100 million for 5 years and they said this is just to talk about sports on a limited basis, I would be talking about sports on a limited basis for 5 years, and then you'd probably never see me again. Why after it's $100 million?
Don't you want to talk about other things?
I'll talk about it to my wife.
But if somebody's going to pay you for it,
what are you going to at a point? And maybe one day I'll make $100 million, and I'll go, yeah, I would rather have $200 million. But at a point, it's you're never going to spend $100 million.
Yes, you can.
Do you think so?
I could figure out how to do it.
Yeah, easy.
I mean, he's not going on tour. He's not Poison.
By annual pass, that's a couple thousand.
That's a couple thousand. I mean, it's like, it's just crazy. The amount of money.
It's generational wealth.
How many generations does he
As
have?
many as you want. That's why it's generational.
How many kids has he got?
He's got a couple, because he mentions it when he's talking about LeBron.
Oh, yeah, we'll get into that.
I think he's got 2.
Maybe that's what it is. I need to make more money than LeBron, so he stops yelling at me. If I can make more money than LeBron, he'll stop yelling at me. I think that's what it is. Like, I think at a point, like, when you start in broadcasting, I'm sure he's like, one day I just want to host a show on ESPN. One day I just want to make it onto ESPN. One day I just want to do and that one day thing never goes away. It's just the ante gets upped and upped and upped and upped.
Well, but I also think for him and other people like him, it's, you've reached the top.
The pinnacle.
Yeah, like First Take has been number 1 in its time slot forever.
So how do you keep it interesting?
Yeah, how do you keep yourself interested? Oh, if I can also start talking about, pop culture or politics, other stuff that I'm interested in.
I wonder if I could be the best at talking about Chappell Roan, too.
Yeah, on the side. Why not?
I love that he's like already the GOAT sports broadcaster. And now he's like, I'm going to take the morning mashups job, too.
Well, that's not that hard. All they do is not talk about Kendrick.
And play the hits.
Yeah.
You got to play the hits.
Yeah.
That would be hard for Stephen A. He's like, they're like, you have 2.5 minutes to talk here. He's like, I'm going to need about 45. I got some things to get off my chest. I mean, it's two-pronged. On one end, I'm like, I can't imagine even wanting, at this point, as much talking as he's done, wanting to continue to talk and needing to have that option. At the same time, I love seeing somebody that's still hungry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
I do love seeing somebody that is still hungry, that still wants it. And there also is part of him that looks at like Drip Bayless. And like the Drip Baylesses of the world, to an extent the Don Lemons of the world, who just have not figured out the internet, have not figured out where this thing is going. We're very comfortable in broadcast jobs and really haven't figured out how to pivot and move into the future. And there probably is a satisfaction in going like, if I can be great at this and be great at this thing that's coming next, that's a real accomplishment.
Yeah.
You know?
And he doesn't even necessarily like have to, he goes viral or whatever you want to say, just for like his opinion. I don't think he's purposely trying to figure out the algorithm, like figure out the internet.
I think he is. I think he's specifically going after topics that he knows are in the zeitgeist. Because the same way he was brought up to hunt headlines, like he wants newspapers to report what he's saying on First Take. And he knows if I say this about this topic and I can justify it, he's really good at arguing, right? So he's not going to say something just to say it, but he is going to say, look, if I can have a real take and this is the take, people will talk about this take.
I'm going to agree with you there. I'm incorrect because I forgot about like when he went viral years ago for talking about Pokemon and the Charizard and everything. Now he like really leans in to these questions that he's being asked about things that he doesn't know about.
Right.
And he leans into, or his people lean into pushing those videos out.
Yes.
Because they know that it's funny to show Stephen A. Smith mispronouncing things and talking about stuff that he doesn't know about.
Yes.
Yes.
And when it's like, and when there's stuff that he can speak on or learn about. When Kendrick and Drake are beefing, like he's smart enough and knows how the hot take business works to know, like, I also need to have a video about Kendrick and Drake.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Like, there's no part of me. Because I remember, like, when LeBron James came up to him.
Careful.
By the way, great father. LeBron James. Just want to say that again. A shock jock with manners. Finally.
You are.
Finally. But he knew when LeBron James came up to him and got in his face, Stephen A. Smith I'm talking about. I don't know if you guys saw this. Stephen A. Smith was sitting courtside for a Lakers game, and LeBron James came up to him and confronted him. He knows this is great for business. He knows I'm going to be able to milk this for months. Like, this is a windfall for me.
You don't think he was like, what are you doing?
Oh my gosh. No. He was like, at the minute LeBron started speaking to him sternly, in his head, Stephen A. is going, fuck yes.
You think?
Yes. Yes. Yeah, so people, because people knew immediately, like they were trying to lip read what LeBron James was saying to Stephen A. And this was not even, what boggles my mind about stuff like this is, and I know that, I guess at some point everything gets normalized, but this was happening, I think, between the third and the fourth quarter.
Yeah, this was not.
I thought it was.
This is not after the game.
I thought it was post game.
Nope.
The idea that LeBron is just so used to playing professional basketball at the highest human level, that between two quarters he can just go, "Oh, there's Stephen A. I have something else on my mind." Like, I'd be so wrapped up in, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god." But he's like, "Oh yeah, that's right. I wanted to talk to Stephen A. about some bullshit he said."
Well, and that's why a lot of people think like LeBron knew exactly what he was doing, and he was making it public because it was a nationally televised game.
Yeah.
Everybody was going to be seeing that because it was during a game. It wasn't like before. It wasn't after. He knew exactly what he was doing by talking to him privately, but also putting it on blast.
All the fans were in the stands still doing their videos.
Were on him.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, because that's a cell phone video that we saw. But yeah, everybody's videoing what LeBron does at these games. He's the biggest star. So do people think that he did that on purpose so that people would see him because he wanted them to see him bitching, making Stephen A. his bitch a little bit?
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to publicly reprimand you for this.
Yes. Because, like Steven says in his
Memoir.
video, like, it's not hard for LeBron to reach out to him privately. You know, like, if you wanted to talk to him, as Stephen A. Smith says, man to man, like, you could have called me.
That's also a humble brag because Stephen A. is like, yeah, me and LeBron have texted before.
I mean, I feel like anybody can get in touch with Stephen A. Smith if you're in the NBA.
No,
it's not that hard.
That's probably right. So apparently this is where people think that it came from. If we go back to January, Stephen A. was on First Take, and I guess LeBron did not like the way Stephen A. was talking about his son and LeBron's relationship with his son. And I think this is the odds-on favorite right now as to the incident.
Oh, this is absolutely what it was.
Do we have that confirmed from LeBron?
Not from LeBron. I mean, LeBron is saying, "Stop talking about my son."
And this is
literally what he was talking about.
I'm really, really trying to be as respectful as I possibly can be.
Can you pause for a moment?
Yeah, this goes on for like 4 minutes, so just whenever you need to stop.
Okay, once we get the picture.
He really goes into him.
But I want you to know, when Stephen A. starts slow talking and letting you know that he's doing his very best to be as respectful as humanly possible, the amount of disrespect that you're in store for is immeasurable.
You don't think it's performative?
I think that there will be no attempt at being respectful when Stephen A. puts on the performative.
He's being thoughtful.
I'm going to do my best to be respectful. And there's Mad Dog going like, "When's my turn to talk?
I gotta yell."
Yeah, I'd like to approach the lens.
They found absolute gold pairing these two up. By the way,
the best pairing. I could watch these guys talk about oranges.
Who knew there would be somebody else for Chris Russo?
They say Idaho has the best potatoes, Steven.
Idaho,
and I don't mean to disrespect Idaho in any way. And I'm like, oh boy, here we go, baby.
Rest in peace, Idaho.
Here we go. Oh. All right, so let's hear what he said.
It's towards LeBron James.
Yes.
One of the top 2 or 3 players in the history of basketball, number 2 in my eyes. a treasure to the game of basketball that we should and will all miss when he is gone.
Butter him up.
I don't know if you need to say number
I am
two.
pleading with LeBron James.
Oh, my.
As a father.
No!
Stop this. Stop this. We all know that Bronny James is in the NBA because of his dad.
That's very disrespectful.
It's true.
The first game of the season, opening night, the Griffies in attendance, father-son duo playing in an NBA game for first time, an absolutely positively wonderful story. And then reality
Hit pause
sets
for a
in.
moment. I respect. I'd like to say something respectfully to Stephen A. Smith. I respect that he will go after players this hard still, knowing that they're all watching, knowing that they all hear it.
He's a journalist.
Knowing that but he will go after them. I mean, sometimes when you have a podcast and you're speaking about certain industries, and then people in those industries reach out to you and they go, "Hey, I didn't like what you fucking said." It's scary.
Has that ever happened?
Hypothetically.
Okay, sure.
Hypothetically. And so I always respect the fact that he knows LeBron will hear this, and he knows LeBron will be upset.
He doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
They're not friends.
No, he called him the number 2 best.
Well, yeah, he's a Jordan guy.
Oh, yeah. But I think LeBron's a LeBron guy.
For sure.
Yeah.
Son duo playing in an NBA game for first time, an absolutely positively wonderful story. And then reality sets in. We love what we're seeing from him in the G League because that's where you belong.
Oh, shit.
As you hone your skills and you get better.
I know
and
he's right.
you legitimately earn, which I believe he has the potential to do. I am rooting for Bronny James.
Oh, God.
It would be cruel to root against him. It's a wonderful kid. I wish him nothing but the best.
Oh, God, this is nuts.
But he's LeBron James' son. And everybody knows what attention that brings. Molly, Doggy, put them up on the screen because I want to see their face when I say this. Right now, Bronny James is averaging 0.3 points.
Okay, so we
0.3.
We kind of get where he's going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's basically saying, like, as a father, you're putting your son in a bad position. And I think he's right. Like, LeBron, if everybody else, what he is going to say is, if everybody else sees these numbers and sees these stats and sees the way that Bronny is playing, you also must see this. And you are the one that is putting him in this position by being LeBron James.
And you're aware, you have to be aware as a famous person, that it does your son a disservice to put this, what do they call that, when you're just there because of who you're related to?
Nepotism.
When you put the Nepo baby label on your son so clearly that anybody can see the game, it does your son a disservice because it makes it impossible for him to create his own legacy because he's playing professional ball way too early.
And so the argument is that he should be in the G League, which is the minor leagues of the NBA. He should be developing as a player. The only reason he's on the Lakers roster is because his father is on the roster. The only reason he's getting playtime, like during garbage minutes at the end of the fourth quarter, is because he's Bronny James, and he's not ready to do that yet. And he's right.
And probably on some level, I would hope on some level Bronny knows that.
I would hope so. I mean, he's got to know that the only reason he was drafted by the Lakers was because his dad was on the Lakers, and his dad plainly said to everybody, if you want me, draft Bronny. And I am going wherever he goes.
I get wanting to have that moment to play with the kid.
Yeah.
But also...
Never happened in the NBA before.
No, and it's amazing. But also, don't you want to set him up for the most success possible?
And that's kind of what Stephen A. Smith is saying. Like, if that's why he's saying, I'm talking to you as a father. Like, don't you want the best for your son?
And then LeBron comes up to Stephen A. and says, keep my son's name out your fucking mouth. And Stephen A., I mean, look, this is the other thing. Once, in my opinion, once you put your kid on the basketball court, playing professional basketball, it allows Stephen A., it allows anybody that buys a ticket, it allows anybody that's watching the game at home, it allows me doing a radio show. It allows everybody. You have decided that your son is a public figure and
a professional basketball player.
He's a professional basketball player that allows us to say whatever we want about him as a basketball player.
And I mean, that's literally what Stephen A. Smith closes this whole podcast with.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
Like,
I mean,
you're saying
I don't,
the exact same thing.
I don't disagree with that. You know, I mean, that's one of the things about people who put their families on the internet. I have no problem with people who post stuff about their families, but also it's fucked up when people leave comments about your families, but also you have to know that's at least a possibility.
Sure.
Right? You know what I mean? And it's sometimes, and people make that choice one way or the other.
Right.
And I don't begrudge it whatsoever. And I don't think, and by the way, don't misconstrue that. I don't think people should be making comments about celebrities' families, whether they're posted or not. I don't think that it allows people to go well, if you post your kids, and you're an actor, I could talk about your kids all. No, you're a shithead person.
No, this is different because Bronny's a professional basketball player.
But it's like if you put your kid in a movie. It's like if Philip Seymour Hoffman... well, it's not exactly like that because Philip Seymour Hoffman's son is actually a great actor. But it's like if your kid's not a great actor.
But we could talk about Blue Ivy.
Yeah. But people love Blue Ivy.
Right. But I'm saying...
But if they didn't,
she's
if Blue Ivy showed up and she was dancing at Beyonce's shows and she was stinking up the joint, sorry, this is the roll of the dice.
Yeah.
You love Blue Ivy?
Yeah.
I thought you might.
I'm proud of her.
I thought you might be.
No, yeah, she's really
I thought you might be. I thought you might be proud
she's
of
really
her.
earned her way.
Yeah, she really has. I don't know how she did it. I don't know how I guess grit.
Yeah. Determination. Yeah.
Mainly grit. All right, so then Stephen A. goes on his show, and again, because he knows what's in front of him.
Very thoughtful.
He goes, I'm going to craft an argument around this. Now everybody's talking about it. Stephen A.'s whole business, especially on this YouTube show he does, is to talk about what people in his world are talking about. When you're the story that they're talking about, goddamn, is that good for business?
Mm-hmm.
And so Stephen A. Retorts. We'll start right from the beginning.
Yeah.
Now let's get to a subject that's apparently gone viral on social media today, and it also involves yours truly. Last night I was in attendance at the Knicks-Lakers game, sitting courtside, where during a timeout, I believe it was in the third quarter, I was confronted by none other than LeBron James himself. LeBron had some choice words for me in regards to comments I've made prior about him in regards to his son, Bronny James. Before I get any further, let me just put to bed a couple of things that have been reported that are false. People was talking about LeBron called me out my name, or I saw somebody said he called me a bitch. Somebody said he called me a punk and all this. None of that is true. He was fiery. He approached me during the game and he said, "Stop effing with my son. That's my effing son. Stop effing with my son." I said,
Keep
what?
it ad rev friendly.
Nah.
Yep.
Man, straight up, man to man. Real talk. Stop effing with my son.
Which,
And
by
I
the way,
saw-
here, pause for a second. Also, if you're telling sports journalists not to talk about your professional basketball player's son, it's not doing your son any favors.
No.
You can't. It doesn't matter who you are. You can't protect this kid. Once you put him out there, you can't protect him.
He's his own person now.
Stephen A. Smith exists. Mad Dog Russo exists. Pat McAfee exists. All these sports talking heads exist. It's part of the business. Unk is going to be able to talk about you. Ocho Cinco. This is big. Sports talk is massive business. And I do think it comes with the territory. I get,
Of course it does.
on an emotional level, where LeBron is coming from, but you can't lead with your emotions. Your emotions are going to lie to you. Your emotions are going to mislead you.
And like you said, you're not doing your son any favors.
And you're not doing your son any favors, because now it's like, what if Bronny had gone over to Stephen A. Smith.
Stop talking about me.
I don't see. That's how people think he talks, and that's LeBron's fault. People think he talks like that now. Travis, you really think you weren't being mocking, right? You really think he talks like that?
Yeah, that's how he talks.
Yeah. See. And you know what? I'd love to prove you wrong.
You can't.
I have no idea.
Stop talking about me. I'm going to get my dad to talk to you.
You think that's what he would say?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, because he's a Nepo baby.
How do you know he's a Nepo baby?
Because I see him on the court.
Who gave you that impression?
LeBron.
Oh, man. Look how that all happens. Yeah. I also love that Stephen A. is like, he did not call me a bitch.
No. First of all, I want to clear something up. I saw one person on Twitter say he called me a bitch.
He did not.
No.
Because if he called me a bitch, it would be on site. Let me tell you something. If LeBron had called Stephen A. Smith a bitch, Stephen A. wouldn't have been happy about it, but LeBron is kicking the shit out of Stephen A. Smith.
And if he did call him a bitch, Stephen A. Smith would say, you see what this guy said?
Yes.
He called me a bitch.
He lost control. LeBron James.
I have
lost
control.
I have control. I pride myself on my control. Yeah, he would have had another great video.
And I saw how furious he was.
Right.
And I said, we can talk about it later. Nah, F that. Stop effing with my son. That's my son. I said, all right, dog. Fine. And he walked away. That's all he said.
Okay. And look, LeBron James is a dad, fine, but like, dude, you're making mistakes. Listen to what he said about LeBron being a father.
Game happened.
By the way, hit pause for a second too. Stephen A. is also very well aware that on YouTube you can put the mid rolls in. The longer it has to be 8 minutes plus, and then you can start adding all those mid rolls. So that's why we're hearing some dead air. Let's space this out. We're in no rush.
I thought he was just being thoughtful with his words.
He's got his words. he's got his words.
Because, I mean, this is like 27 minutes long. I would say about 7 minutes of that is just pauses.
I mean, listen.
Thoughtful pauses.
You don't think there's going to be an emergency podcast dropping today because Roman Reigns came back? We're going 20 minutes plus, and the segment was 3 minutes long. Game, respect, game is all I'm saying.
Now, I get, and people have said to me today that I'm looking pretty damn sad. I'll fess up. I am.
Oh, you said.
Because something like that is not something that should make any of us comfortable. I didn't anticipate it. I don't know why I didn't anticipate it. But I'm not here to blame LeBron James. That wasn't a basketball player talking to me last night.
Right.
That was a dad.
Right.
He rolled up on me as a father. That's what he did. That was not a basketball player talking to me. We talk about LeBron James all the time. Practically everybody does.
Okay.
That's not what LeBron James does. So for him to confront me, obviously it was something that he was incredibly passionate about, put off about, and felt necessary to confront me about. And what better motivation could there be than to be protective of his son?
All right, you can hit pause.
I
mean, he knows.
Yeah.
But he's also setting the base here. I mean, Stephen A. Smith, the reason he's good is because he handles everything like the opening statements in a courtroom. You know, where he's now like laying out the story. Here's the way it went down. And then, boom, we're going to get the opinion. And by the end, he's taking us on a journey, is what he's doing.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to skip down a little bit.
Yeah, skip ahead to where Stephen's still talking about himself being very sad.
Yep.
Okay.
Spoken to me man to man privately, I still wouldn't have talked about it with y'all. I don't violate that trust. I don't have private conversations and then they go public. I don't have people talk to me off the record and then I come on air on the record. Y'all can talk all of that smack all y'all want to, whatever y'all naysayers, whoever y'all naysayers are. But I got 30 years in this business. My track record has proven I don't betray trust. I don't do that. If I have a conversation with you, it's between us. That's the way it's going down. And if LeBron had done that, y'all still wouldn't know about this conversation, which obviously has people speculating because of the savant that he is and how brilliant of a marketer he is. Some would say a manipulator and all this other stuff. They swear he knew exactly
Some would
what he was
say.
doing.
I don't know who.
He knew the
Not me.
But he's putting it out there now where it's like, yeah, you know. And I
Some
mean,
would say he's a manipulator.
right? Some. I don't know exactly who said it, but I could imagine people saying it. And I do, yeah, what's great about this for Stephen A is LeBron doing it on the court made it a public thing. So now Stephen A has nothing to worry about there. There is no confidence to betray. There's nothing. LeBron made it public. So now Stephen A is allowed to take this thing for all it's worth.
Yeah.
And he's getting paid.
Oh, yeah.
Cameras were rolling. He knew that somebody would find him. It was a nationally televised game. It's LeBron James, and he's rolling up to Stephen A. Smith courtside. He had to know. That's what others are thinking.
That's what others think.
I'm not thinking about that.
Oh, no?
I'm thinking about the fact that I'm incredibly sad that it had to happen.
He's sad. Not the other stuff.
I'm incredibly sad that a father was looking in my face vehemently and defiantly, hostilely.
You know what he's doing? I tell you, this is a great strategy.
So many pauses.
This is a great strategy, though. Because what he's doing without doing it is he is bringing up the manipulation that other people have said, not him.
No. Not him.
I believe Stephen A is very strategic.
Yeah.
And I believe that he keeps talking about, I'm sad that this happened. And he keeps saying LeBron was doing this as a father because he's painting LeBron as an emotional guy.
I learned a lot about Stephen A. Smith watching this video.
What'd you learn?
He's very calculated.
Very calculated.
Because at no point does he ever say LeBron should not have done that. Like he defends LeBron so much in this video.
But he defends him from an emotional perspective.
And from a father's perspective.
Yes.
Like he says in this video, like, I can't say I wouldn't have done the same thing.
Can I tell you what the subtext is, though? Number one, he didn't do the same thing. And look, I'm just going to... Look, Travis.
Go ahead.
You ever get into arguments with your wife?
Never. No. 17 years married, not one argument.
Okay, hypothetically, if you did.
Sure, go ahead.
Who do you think would be more emotional, you or her?
Definitely me.
You think you'd be more emotional?
No, she would.
Right. Troy. You ever get into arguments with your fiance?
Yes.
Who would you say is more emotional?
Me. By a
Oh, you okay? Well, okay. That's.
Does
well,
that surprise you?
No, I'll get back to that. As I was asking the question, I said, I think this one's going to go awry, but I still think my point stands. Stereotypically, women get more emotional.
How dare you say that?
I know, Pepe Le Pew, I know. I'm saying stereotypically that's what happens, and that's how people paint stereotypes. And the men are the more stoic ones, stereotypically.
And Stephen A is being very stoic in this video.
Very stoic. And painting LeBron as more of a Troy Kwan type.
I see what you're saying.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that he's doing that.
Lighten the loafers?
Yes. Well, I didn't mean that back.
Lighten the loafers?
Not based on his history. He used to, use that thing.
Oh, yeah. It's retired now.
It's retired. It's on the wall. Jersey's hung up. Venus jersey. But I do think that he is trying to paint LeBron as this sort of more fragile, emotional being, whereas he's the more masculine, and it goes back to the bitch thing. I think people say, you think he called me a bitch? No. And then if you really look at the structure of the way this whole argument is, I think there's a lot in there.
Oh, yeah.
Without him actually saying it. So that way when LeBron, and I'm sure you've done this, that way when LeBron goes like, we know what you're saying. Oh, I didn't say that.
Yeah, that's not what I said.
Whoa. Hey, man, you're getting emotional again.
Telling me to stop effing with his son when I was talking about him. That makes me sad. It really does.
It's weird. You're handling yourself better than LeBron. It's weird.
But let me tell you.
I love this part.
Why I'm most sad.
Oh, no. This is going to be tough. It's going to be tough for Stephen.
Because I wasn't wrong.
Oh! I mean, Utah. Okay, we're obviously just going through this in clips. 17 minutes, 39 seconds of build. And the worst part of all, I was right. It was me, Austin. It was me all along. I mean, of all the reveals, you know what the saddest part is?
What?
I wasn't wrong. Whoa! There he is. There he is. That's why this is published by Straight Shooter Media.
Because he's shooting straight?
Oh, he's shooting straight, baby. Pew, pew, pew. This guy's a pistol, son of a gun.
Because I wasn't wrong.
Oh.
I stand by what I reported.
Whoa.
I stand by what I said at that time.
Does Stephen A. get to, like, say anything he said was reported?
What I expressed.
Yeah, he's a journalist.
But so Stephen A. could just get on TV and just say his opinion and be like, this is a report?
He considers himself to be different than people who just talk about sports.
How so?
That he is a journalist.
How so?
And because he says he's a journalist.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Thank you.
And it is his job,
right,
to report about the NBA. He's not talking about.
So the clip that we heard of him and Mad Dog together.
That was a report. He filed a report.
That was a journalistic report.
He filed his report with the editor.
Okay.
The editor said this is good to go. You may say this on the air.
Is Not Sam Wrestling a journalism?
No, you're just one of those guys looking for clicks. Woo, woo.
Is that my siren?
Yeah. Troy knows.
You don't think I'm a journalism?
You're not a journalism.
Oh, man. You don't think so?
I probably say not.
But Stephen A's a journalism?
Yes.
Oh, how?
He speaks way better than you do.
Oh, yeah.
He does know. Because the pauses?
The pauses.
I don't take a lot of pauses. I go quick.
He uses big words.
I use words that are too big for you.
That's true. But not for Stephen A.
Not as, Stephen A would see, right? I couldn't turn Stephen A into pretzels the way I turn you into pretzels. That's 100%
I like when
right.
Stephen A is like, sometimes he didn't do it here, but sometimes he'll like kind of crack his neck like he's getting into a fight. You know what I mean? Like he moves his neck like
he's ready.
Like he's ready for battle. You don't do that.
No, I don't. I'm not nearly as combative, I don't think.
You can be. You have the ability to be, but you just choose not to be.
And that upsets you?
Well, I love it when you're combative.
I see. Well, screw you.
Well, not me. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Sorry. Never mind. I take it back then.
Do you want to hear him sum everything up?
I do. I want to hear the summation. So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, with that said,
because he really takes him to task here.
Yeah. What's the summation?
Calling me, LeBron shouldn't have came up to you like that. Nah, that's wrong. That's very unprofessional. You know, he knows better. Forget all that.
Oh.
He did what he felt he needed to do for himself and his family. I have to respect that.
Oh, okay. That's nice.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make him right about the facts.
Oh, fuck.
The fact is.
Oh, no.
Just because you just said it doesn't mean it's right.
Yeah. I know that felt good. But just because it felt good doesn't make you right. You're emotional.
That's what he's saying.
You're emotional.
He's saying, listen, I was just reporting facts. I gave the numbers. I gave Bronny's numbers, his averages. I'm just reporting facts. You got emotional.
You're emotional. I mean, he's 2 steps away from saying facts don't care about your feelings.
But he's right.
I'm not saying he's wrong. But I'm saying he is doing tricks.
I don't think he's doing any tricks.
These are tricks.
Okay, just listen to what he says.
Okay.
Tell me if he's playing tricks.
Okay. I love tricks, by the way, but they're tricks.
It just doesn't make him right about the facts.
Oh.
The fact is.
Pause.
He knows what
LeBron
he's gonna say.
James is a professional basketball player.
Oh.
So is his son.
Oh.
LeBron James is a member of the Los Angeles Lakers. So is his son.
Oh, I didn't know he was going to go there.
LeBron James
Right.
has to get critiqued at the discretion of the media covering him play basketball.
Who else does?
So does his son.
Oh, bars.
He's a professional. This is not a conversation about family matters. This is not a conversation about what's going on in somebody's bedroom or somebody's backyard. This is not a conversation about what's going on secretly. This was me talking about the game of basketball.
Oh.
Under no circumstances do I want to throw any negativity in the way of LeBron James' family and friends. I know a lot of them, all wonderful.
Not a
And I
basketball.
sincerely apologize for any kind of pain or angst I caused them.
Can you pause?
Okay, sure.
I'm sorry for your emotions. I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings with not my facts, the facts. This guy.
I'm going to go back just a little bit.
Of LeBron James' family and friends. I know a lot of them, all wonderful. And I sincerely apologize for any kind of pain or angst I caused them.
But? Hit me.
Not LeBron.
Oh, shit. Not him?
No.
Not LeBron.
Just the family.
Wow. Not LeBron. Whew. Is it because he was right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Sit down. Nicole Biggins, a.k.a. Nicole Ryan from the Morning Mashup, just walked in.
We did.
We're going through, the Stephen A. Smith LeBron drama.
I heard something was happening. I'm not sure exactly what the drums is, but I can see them both fighting.
Just in general?
Yeah.
Why?
I feel like Stephen A. Smith always looks like he's ready to fight someone.
Wow.
And LeBron is just...
He reports Stephen A. Smith.
I know he does.
Oh.
He just has that look at his face right now. And
Wow.
we used to go to the diner that he went to, and Stan would always pretend that he knew him. He'd be like, "Yo, what up, Steven?" And he would just look at him like that, like he was gonna fight him. So that's what I mean.
He would just look.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, Stanley T.
Yeah.
I don't know you.
Yes.
And I never have.
No, that was very good.
We've been watching. No, we love Stephen A. To bring you up to speed, LeBron confronted Stephen A. on the court.
Yes.
In between the third and fourth
Yeah,
quarter
I
of a
saw the
Lakers
video.
game.
Yeah.
It was because Stephen A. has gone on television criticizing LeBron's son, Bronny, for his basketball skills.
Yeah.
And the fact that LeBron, even though he clearly wants Bronny to be playing with him,
right,
is doing him no service,
right,
and should get him off the court.
You're correct.
And so LeBron was like, "That's my fucking son.
I know.
Shut your fucking mouth." And Stephen A. did a whole thing, a whole diatribe, basically explaining that LeBron, like, he respects LeBron, he understands LeBron. LeBron was.
Why is he
coming-
backing down?
He's not.
He is.
You gotta let it. You gotta let it simmer.
Okay.
Stephen A. is taking you on a journey.
Okay.
That he respects LeBron.
Yeah.
LeBron was coming to him as a father,
Yeah. Okay.
but that LeBron was being emotional.
Yeah.
And he's not wrong.
Well, the thing is don't these, like, the players need to, like, he's not, I mean, I know he's LeBron, but, like, they have to get used to people. They're always being critiqued and criticized and talked about, and, like, you have, like, thicker skin, LeBron. Who cares?
It's his son.
Who cares? I mean, I'll cut a bitch if you fuck with my
What do you mean?
kids.
Who cares? I did. I heard your daughter on the Morning Mashup the other day. She sucked.
I'll fucking kill you.
See what I didn't mean it.
Yeah, I just feel like that they should be used to this, and if anything, LeBron should just, like, not pay attention. This is part of the deal. When
Would
you're
you say
an
that
athlete.
if you brought you, like, let's say your daughter was like,
she's not trying to be a broadcaster.
18. What's she trying to be? She's a kid.
She's
Who knows?
11.
All right, so we don't know yet.
She's trying to be a student.
First of all, no 11-year-old is trying to be a broadcaster. It's not a thing anymore.
Right.
Especially since I was the last
The last
professional
professional one,
But
right.
if you were like, let's get her in on this podcast game, I'm going to put her on.
Right.
Right?
And she sucked.
And she wasn't great, and you were kind of walking her through it, and then people were like, man, Nicole needs to get her daughter off the air. She stinks.
I mean, real talk, I should probably not take it very personally because I'm the one who put her in that position and people might not like it.
I'm going to predict how you would react.
Okay.
The person who said she stinks,
Yeah.
you would try to cut them. You'd be furious at them.
I would cut
and
the bitch.
then you would go to your daughter and say, you do kind of stink, honey.
No, I would never do that. That's not what I would ever do.
Okay.
I would
That's my
lie to her
prediction.
and be like, you're amazing.
You would?
Yeah, even though she wasn't.
Okay. I
Always.
mean, that's not great parenting.
Why? You would tell your kid that you weren't good?
No, I would help my kid get better.
Yeah, and just
But I
say,
wouldn't
like,
give him a false sense of
no, I'd say
security.
you did great. Let's keep working on it.
Great.
Let's practice.
Great.
Awesome.
You attempted.
Amazing.
You attempted.
No, you don't say that because then they lose their self-esteem, their confidence. You want to keep them confident to keep trying and try again. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Right?
I mean, when you're good, you're good. I'm great.
Yeah,
If
when
I'm
you're bad,
great-
you're bad.
If I'm great, I'm great.
Yeah.
I think I'm good, Mom. Let's get on the air. Practice is over.
Like Matt will scream, and I don't like it. He'll scream at Keegan when he's playing basketball, like, "You're not in the NBA! Like, stop!" But because he does, he gets like cocky and like does then like looks at like out at like if he like I don't know if he makes a shot at someone who's talking smack, he'll be like, "Shh, look at him, like stop talking."
You
smack.
stop. You don't. He doesn't encourage that.
No, Matt's like, dude, you're not in the NBA. Like, don't act like that because
That
then
fucking rules.
It does rule.
I would
And
encourage that every
and
day.
it made us laugh, but like it's not a good look because
No, you don't want to be cocky when you're a kid.
You're still
You
8.
do want to be cocky
You're
when you're
8.
a kid. If my kid came home and did that, I'd be like, that was a sick burn.
No, it's bad sportsmanship.
Yeah,
That's
Yes,
yeah. Bad
thank you.
sportsmanship
See?
is good. Better. Good sportsmanship is for like lame people.
See, this is why
When you're 8, you shouldn't be doing the Steph Curry
Yeah.
night.
Oh, he does
Oh,
night
yes,
night.
he
He
should.
does night night.
Oh, it's the best.
He's done night
That's
night.
the best.
He does.
That's great.
He does threes, and he makes it like it's going in his vein. If he shoots a 3,
That's awesome.
no, it is awesome. But then, like, listen,
Why would you discourage that?
We're
I
not
have a
just-
hard time saying it's not awesome.
It's
I mean,
so
it-
fucking cool.
it is
And by the
aw-
way, Travis, your daughter is an athlete,
Yeah.
and she does great, right?
Yeah,
she's one of the
crushes.
great
Amazing.
runners.
Yes.
If she was walking around rubbing it in everyone's face, I'd start going to the track meets to be like, I got to see this chick. Not only is she great, but she tells everybody she's great. That's the best type of quiet greatness. I have no tolerance.
Yeah,
for.
but when you're standing with the other parents and they're like, "Look at this little effing jerk."
And you know what I'd say? Yeah, I know. Sucks to suck.
No, I'm
That's
not,
what I would
no.
say to the parent.
They should
Tell
be
your
better.
kid sucks to suck.
It's like funny.
Night, night.
night.
That's so funny.
3 straight to the
rules.
veins.
It rules.
3 goggles like RJ Davis. I mean, does it all.
But he's sinking threes.
Yeah.
So then
Okay, but I'm just saying it's a bad. Like I
have
be humble a little
No.
bit. You're 8.
I
You're
don't-
8.
Humility
Oh,
is like not in the game. Not in the game. This idea like humility. No, the we get to see this 8-year-old performing at a level of greatness. We should
Night,
get.
night, he
We should
does,
have
night, night.
a joy of seeing a little bit of theatrics to go along with
All right,
it.
it's cute once or twice, but then when it becomes a thing, it's like look, then
Well,
it,
if he can't stop sinking threes,
it reflects poorly on us as parents.
you think that's
That's the thing.
worst?
Yes.
Like
Horrible. Oh, actually,
the fact
no.
that these kids are like breathing is an accomplishment for you two.
Man, I thought they were great parents, but
Yeah.
look at the way he handles himself on the court.
Matt just sent me a screenshot of the of his YouTube searches, Keegan's YouTube searches, the
Your son,
8-year-old
your 8-year-old son.
kissing on the lips for 10 hours in bed. Was the last thing he searched.
It's probably because that's what he thought he walked in on you guys doing.
Probably did.
Just it wasn't on the lips.
Just showing him what love is. Just teaching him
Kissing on the lips for 10
for
hours.
10 hours in bed, which is a very specific search.
He's 8.
Yeah.
That's young.
Yeah, no.
That may have been Matt.
No. And then
Matt's trying to get some romance going again.
and then he said that he saw the other day, it just said kissing on the lips. And you know what came up? 2 chicks getting it on. And I said, that's not his fault. That's your fault because you didn't clear your history after you jerked off.
He
Right?
jerks off on YouTube?
I don't know. Maybe I didn't even think about that. But
That's
I just
wild.
figured, how else did that come up?
Well, let's
if
see.
you Google kissing on the lips, what comes up?
Google or YouTube?
Oh, YouTube. Sorry, YouTube. I don't know what's going to come up. But it was like 2 chicks. So
I mean, first of all, what are you doing
I don't
letting
know.
your 8-year-old just use regular YouTube?
I don't know.
Oh, there it is.
I check it out. Oh, there it is. That's probably what he found.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. Whatever.
there's a whole kids YouTube where
I know.
all this
He
weirdness.
uses both. I check it. I check it. That's how we found out. And I said, what'd you say to him? He's like, nothing. I don't know what to say.
Seems awkward.
I'll pass that one off to Mom.
Yeah.
Well, you remember when we gave Parker the talk because she walked in on us? She didn't need the talk. Only thing,
No.
she didn't. The only thing that he added to the conversation, a very difficult conversation to have, was, and then there's, oh no, now I'm forgetting the word that he said. What's another word for sperm? Seminal fluid.
Seminal fluid.
That was all he said. He was like, and then there's seminal fluid, and I said, and then get out. Because that was all he had to offer.
Yeah, I mean,
We're trying our best. We're doing the best we can.
Are you worried about moving into adolescence with these kids? Like, they're
Yeah.
going to have a lot of...
Keegan's going to knock somebody up. A million
He's
100%. Not now. I feel like in high school he might. I'm going to try not to let that happen.
How?
I don't know.
I got no game plan right
Gonna
now.
give it a shot.
My plan is to have a plan.
I'll figure it out. We're not there yet.
Concepts of a plan.
Yes. Yeah. Draw.
I have a concept of a plan.
Get the whiteboard out.
Right.
Make a plan.
Right.
But
We'll
I don't
get
have
there.
it yet. I don't have it yet.
But yeah, that's a real...
Kissing on the lips.
That's a
10
real...
hours in bed.
Because your daughter's not going to get knocked up. Your daughter's a strong lady. Your
She won't
daughter's
get
got
knocked
it somehow, and I don't know genetically how it happened, but your daughter's got a good head on her shoulders.
She has goals.
Well, I already told her she's not going to get anything by me because, I mean, I'll know whatever drug you come home on. I'll know what you did.
You'll be passed out when she comes home.
Not necessarily.
It is true that you have the most experience.
That's true.
You've probably done more drugs than anybody that I've known.
I mean, that is so false. You know a lot of people and a lot of comics that have done a lot of drugs.
I know comics, I know athletes, I know actors,
And
I know
I've done the
wrestlers,
most. I've not done that many drugs or not that many variations.
I heard you brought a pharmacy to my wedding.
I need a small pharmacy.
It was a local. It
Wasn't really a
CVS.
pharmacy. No, that was.
I'm not going to tell you who told me.
I'm
So
aware. I'm
not-
looking
Troy,
at
I'm not
him.
gonna tell her.
I offered. Sharing is caring. Who wants to party alone?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not going to say because he told me in confidence. Troy, I told you.
I don't even remember. Did I say that? I don't even remember.
I mean, I don't remember either. It
I
was
don't
just
remember what
fun.
you had.
It was a fun time was
You're having
had.
a good oh,
I'm not
remember what-
judging.
I remember what you had at the
Yeah.
okay.
Was it a pharmacy?
It was,
No, I mean, come on.
Listen,
She was partying.
listen. I'm not judging.
Okay.
You're getting totally off.
Okay,
the
sorry.
point, right? I'm
Yeah.
not judging.
We're back to Stephen A. We're
I'm
circling
saying,
back.
No. I'm saying that with your daughter and catching her in the act.
Yeah.
Like you have all that experience, but also you're also probably among the most gullible people I've ever met.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but not with that. I am gullible. Like I'll
Gotcha.
believe something if you tell me like that this is a fact. I know this, and then I'll believe it. But if she comes home and tries to say like I was at I just slept at my friend's house and we did nothing but like watch movies and have popcorn, and I look in her eyes and I'm like, your pupils are dilated, you reek of booze,
and I can tell you're impure.
yeah, I just will know. I'll
Yeah.
sense it. I'll feel it.
I get that. That's smart.
Right?
You know the symptoms.
I know
You
all.
know what to look for.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Can we go back to Stephen A? Sure.
The journey. The journey.
He was just wrapping up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hang on.
His argument. You started. Did you lose it because you were looking at chicks kissing?
I thought we were done because we kind of were.
Yeah. No, but we're just.
Oh, they always with the ads. It's so annoying.
No.
We're just.
You want me to go back to where we were?
Yeah. Just the wrap up.
Okay. Hang on, I gotta let Wayfair get their plug in.
Well, we all know.
The child
I
stuff?
hate that. What are those called? Those little wrenches? Hurt your fingers. Allen
Is it
wrench.
the Allen
Oh,
wrenches?
they're worthless.
Yeah.
Plus, by the way, just while we're in, your kids are going to have an even harder time getting shit past you because your husband also
Yes.
did all that shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Combined, the Biggins have done
Combined.
more drugs than anybody I've ever known.
It's just a false statement, but I'll let you have it.
Okay. I mean,
You can have it. Agree to disagree.
there's only so many hours in the day. I don't know how.
Oh, here's the confrontation.
Well, he's talking. Yeah, this is what he was responding to.
I'll
But-
go back to the last thing that he.
Yeah, because it's great. Let's get back on track.
Yeah, seriously.
Nah, that's wrong. That's very unprofessional. You know, he knows better. This is what, forget all that. He did what he felt he needed to do for himself and his family. I have to respect that.
That's nice.
Why is he whispering?
It just
Being
doesn't make
poignant.
him right about the facts.
Oh.
The fact is,
Your kid sucks.
LeBron James is a professional basketball player. So is his son.
Ouch.
LeBron James is a member of the Los Angeles Lakers.
Right.
So is his son.
Oof.
LeBron James
Right.
has to get critiqued
Has to.
at the discretion of the media covering him play basketball. So does his son. He's a professional. This is not a conversation about family matters. This is not a conversation about what's going on in somebody's bedroom or somebody's backyard. This is not a conversation about what's going on secretly. This was me talking about the game of basketball.
Agreed.
Under no circumstances do I want to throw any negativity in the way of LeBron James' family and friends. I know a lot of them, all wonderful.
Humble brag.
And I sincerely apologize for any kind of pain or angst I caused them.
Right.
Not LeBron.
Oh, shit.
LeBron is a part of the job.
Yeah.
And by virtue of the decisions that he made, so are his teammates. One of them happening to be his son.
Oh, shit. Yeah. I mean, it's a solid argument.
Two things.
Go
the
ahead.
first thing is, why did he deliver that whole thing like it was like a eulogy? It felt very like we were at a funeral.
Because that's how he gets you. That's
yeah.
how, I mean, he's like he has almost like a pastor
vibe
to
totally.
the way he talks. He sucks you in. That's why he can sit there. You know, it's a unique breed that can sit there for 27 minutes and talk to you about this topic and still be engaging.
By the way, you're sitting there watching while we were listening to him, and you looked like you were at church going, preach.
This is my church.
Oh,
yes. You kidding me? Media drama is my church.
It is.
And that's my pastor,
Yes.
Stephen A. Smith. 100%.
I mean, he is good.
100%.
But it's been drummed.
No, you've gotten railed.
Something's been drummed. Drilled. Thanks, guys.
Right.
Drilled into my mind to not let there be any sort of that silence. The silence just gives me such anxiety. I
Oh,
start
you got
to
Kate Kelly yelling in your ears again?
just like even when you just were doing that, like clenching.
Doing
what? Such anxiety.
She worried Bladder's going to call. Guys.
I don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah, no, I get it, but it's engaging.
It is. He is. He's good. And do you think that this is going to continue this beef now? Like, you think LeBron's going to come back and do something?
No.
It's done?
Because LeBron's not going to. There's no way for LeBron to come back and look good doing it. I think that behind the scenes, he'll be shitty to Stephen A. I think behind the scenes, if there's anything he can do, he will, but there's not much you can do to Stephen A. You just got paid $100 million from ESPN.
To preach. To be your leader.
To be my leader.
Your fearless leader.
Yeah. So, I don't think there's much that LeBron can do, but I don't think he'll do anything else publicly because, Stephen A. paints him as an emotional guy.
Yeah.
Which means that if LeBron claps back at all, he'll come across even more emotional.
Yeah,
you don't want
you're
to be
right.
emotional.
No.
You don't want to be.
Feels good to be emotional.
It's fleeting, though. Because it feels good to be emotional, and then you realize this was all a horrible mistake.
Yeah.
How have I put myself in this
Like
position?
me on a daily basis.
All the time. Literally every day.
You always tell me my emotions lie to me?
Yeah, of course they do. They're lying. They're telling you, here's a terrible idea. You should do it.
Yeah.
And you go, yes, this will feel good.
It does.
In the moment. And then you go, what have I done, Sam? Sam, what have I done?
Yes, often.
Then you're emailing people. Yeah. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have been that inappropriate on the Zoom call. So.
It was bad.
Yeah.
I almost got myself fired.
Yeah, well.
What are you going to do?
Emotions would
But you know what? I don't take it back because I feel like I feel like it's okay to say, okay, I'm sorry I got so emotional, but it's the emotion is because that's how passionate I am about the thing.
Right? Well, yeah, sure, but you still have to act like a human being.
Do I?
Nah.
Honestly,
you?
That's not why people love me.
No, you could get it. Yeah.
Thank you. You do you, boo, right? Thank you. Thank you.
That's
Joy.
right. And we love you for you.
Thank you.
That's the whole point, behind all of it.
And don't stop being you.
I'm not going to stop being me.
No. No, because it's entertaining.
It is entertaining.
You know, we like it, right?
Sometimes I think you're fed up with it, but then
Me?
you come right. No, for like 2 seconds,
Oh.
but then you come right back and you love it.
Well, I only get fed up with it because I don't want people to think that I'm just sitting around reprimanding you all the time.
Yeah, but it needs to happen.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but I just don't like, having to take on that role where people are like, Sam's a dick.
You're my fearless leader.
He's so... Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Now, Stephen A. said he was a sports media there. He didn't say... So, like, if I can't get to be a wrestling journalism, can I be a wrestling media?
Yeah. Let's give that to him.
No, you're a talking head.
You won't give me media?
No.
But I have to cover it.
No, you don't.
But does he have to cover it?
Yes.
Why?
Because he's a sports journalist.
Oh.
Wait, no, I don't agree. We're media. We're not talking.
Do I get to be a media or no?
I feel like you do.
I
mean,
have
you were
to-
at the Rock press conference, right?
Why are you saying it like
Yes,
it's
I
like a media? Why are you?
I'm confused.
So that you say that.
Oh, okay.
What do you think? I'm saying things wrong on purpose to get other people to say them
freaking
wrong?
hate you guys.
Listen, the one thing I'll never do is say things wrong on purpose.
Also, you can't be a media when you work for the company.
hate you guys.
Well, I work for the company in a different respect. My media doesn't work for the company.
You can't journalistically
No,
cover.
because Stephen A. Smith's show is not an ESPN show, so he could be a media covering ESPN.
He is.
He can still be a journalism.
He's not covering ESPN. He's covering LeBron.
I'm not saying that one. I know you just said that to try to get me to say it. I'm not repeating it.
You know how many times my wife has yelled at me because she goes, "You can't do that in front of the kids." Like they don't know that that's the wrong way to
That's
say
the
it.
joke, yeah.
Like, why are you saying on accident?
And who's the bad parent now?
I didn't say you were a bad parent.
Mm.
I said you were
Questionable.
gullible.
Gullible?
And I said you were very questionable.
Questionable.
And I said it's awesome that your kid like slams threes like that. That's sick.
It is sick.
Yeah.
By the way, why are you trying to make him stop showboating on the court when you were just talking about how you need to be yourself and everybody loves you for being yourself?
Those are his feelings.
Yeah, but I
He's
feel
the
like
goat.
he's goated
Yeah,
already
yeah.
at 8.
Yeah.
You're right. That's a touche. But I just feel like I want him still to be a good person. I'm not a bad person because I'm the way that
You're a great person.
Thank you. I just feel like that makes people look at him and be like, "The fuck is that kid?
For
Who the
sure.
fuck does he think he is?"
Definitely.
I don't like that.
I think a lot of parents think that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you should see, we were feeling heat from them.
Yeah.
Big deal. Big fucking deal. Because then he'd be like, "Oh man, Dad, like it seems like all these people are so mad at me." And I go, "Yeah, because if you ain't got haters, you ain't popping."
You know
And
why
if
they
you're
hate
delivering
us?
on the court, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like,
And isn't that true about the haters?
absolutely.
Who said that?
Plies.
That's right. If you ain't got haters, you ain't popping. And Travis was onto something.
Okay.
Why is it that one hates?
I mean, they
Because
did.
one ain't.
I hate you.
Okay, isn't that right, Travis?
It's true. They hate us because they ain't us.
Statistically.
Statistically, 100% of the time.
They
So
did.
it's like, guess what?
They did ask him to try out for AAU, and he did make it, and he is going to be.
No wonder they're hating.
I know, but I still don't want him to do that. He could do it every once in a while.
Why? No, he should do it every time.
Oh, also, you know what happened?
Mike. Every time, yes? Showboat. Let him know.
The problem is
Go ahead.
that a lot of times the kids who dominate in like elementary school
Right.
Yeah.
have hit their growth spurts
You don't-
before everybody else.
You don't want to peak in elementary school.
and then
I
2
do.
years later, they wind up getting fucking served.
Yeah.
Well, look, if that's the case, that's the case. But let's, you know what? You're going to get served one way or the other.
And that's a life lesson.
You're going to get served one way or the other. I say, while you're the fucking shit, enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because it's not, you know what I mean? You're not going to get it back.
The other thing that was kind of weird parenting wise is that he came home to a game I couldn't see, and he was like, "Yo, I got a flagrant foul," and I was like, "That's not good."
No, flagrant fouls are bad.
Yeah, and Matt was very proud of him because he said that showed that he cared, that
Right,
he's
that he's
passionate.
pushing. He's pushing.
But you don't want to get. You don't. I mean, he got kicked out of the
Okay,
game.
well,
for
you
a
don't
little
want to
bit.
scream at people
Matt was
on the
down with
phone.
that.
Loved the flagrant foul.
But guess what?
Loved it.
What do you mean? Somebody being overly emotional at an inappropriate time? That doesn't sound like anything that he would have learned in that
I learned
home.
it from watching you, Mom.
Yeah, like, what are you talking about? That's your boy.
I don't know. The kid was like in his face and talking shit, and eventually Keegan just flagrant fouled him.
Good.
What did he do?
He just threw his shoulder down and
Fucking
like,
awesome,
threw
dude.
him to the ground.
That's fucking
And-
awesome. Because you know why?
And then he didn't help him up. He should have at least helped him up.
No, he
after-
shouldn't have.
Oh.
He wants to win.
He's part Steph Curry, part Draymond Green.
Yes. I love that.
I'm glad.
I love that. An 8-year-old with that kind of fire in him? That's what you want.
He's hungry.
These are the future leaders of the world.
He's hungry to kiss for 10 hours on the lips and
Well, I don't know. I mean, the sexual identity of these kids is going to be so confused because of everything they're learning in that house.
Oh, please.
There's no locks on their door, Danielle.
Oh.
These kids have
Yeah, but
walked in
there
on
were
hard.
locks, and my daughter picked the locks because she learned it on YouTube and thought it was fun, and I just haven't fixed
They
them
don't have
yet.
that on kids' YouTube.
No, they have it on normal YouTube.
It's a regular YouTube.
I think it's a good skill to have. I just don't want her to do it in my house.
Picking locks?
Yeah.
What, is she going to be a magician?
No, God forbid you get locked out somewhere or something. You can pick the lock. I don't know how to do it.
Or you could rob.
Or you could rob.
Do crime, yeah.
It's used, a lot of times it's used for crime or magicians.
I'm cool with she's a magician.
Magicians are cool.
David Blaine was really cool when we just saw him.
Well, he's not like an illusionist, though. He's like
He does both.
He's an illusionist.
Yeah.
But he does he does real stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, some things that are like, okay, you
Right.
could die.
He's almost like a stunt guy.
Yeah.
Like Throdini.
Like Throdini.
Who's Throdini?
That's what we call you around here.
No, but seriously, who is Throdini? I'll be Throdini.
Throatdini.
Throat. I thought throw.
It is.
I am not Throatdini. I mean,
That
sometimes.
throat will make it disappear.
Look at how hard he's making himself laugh.
Is that funny?
He cracks himself
He
up.
does.
It was funny.
Yeah, I thought so too. Yeah, no, it's this guy. He's a big serial. We met him end of last week.
Yeah.
He came in?
No. We met him in a news story. I would not want him to come in because he's a prolific collector of serial killer memorabilia. Right now, he wants to buy the Gilgo Beach Killer's car.
Is that something for sale?
But no, not at the moment.
That's evidence.
Yeah, right now it's still
Still going.
evidence. Yeah. But he's also in his spare time. He's a knife thrower.
I see that.
Right. So that's why they call him the Throatdini.
Throw.
Stop saying throat.
Okay, I got it wrong. I didn't know I kept getting it
Don't
wrong.
they have bars where you can do that? Where you can like axe throw?
Yeah, they have like kitschy, like New York.
So, I mean, maybe you learned it there.
It's an axe.
Yeah, different than this.
And he doesn't have a giant. He's like,
does he have a Guinness World Record?
Yeah, he also has Tupperwares full of serial killer memorabilia.
Like body parts?
No, that's again. You're thinking
Evidence?
of evidence. Yeah.
Way cooler.
Yeah, no, like letters from killers, like paintings. Like
Interesting.
he has like a lock of Charlie Manson's hair.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
He was on Impractical Jokers.
Yeah.
He was?
for the knives,
For the knives.
not for the serial killer memorabilia.
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna guess Sal was not informed.
No, I'm sure he wasn't. This is he looks creepy. He's got a creepy vibe.
And by the way, why does he only throw knives at people who look like victims of serial?
Wait a
killers?
minute, she's really standing there and letting him do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would never do that. And she does look like she was a victim.
She looks
a
like
million%.
Yeah, she looks like she's a victim of a serial killer.
Oh dear.
Wow.
Is he married? Does he have children? I don't like this dude.
What, are you trying to find out if he's single?
No, I don't.
You trying to holler?
I'm not trying to.
Are you hollering?
That's what it
I'm
sounds
not
like.
hollering. I am not hollering.
That's what it sounds like.
What a lame setup he has too.
Wow.
It's in Coney Island.
Lame. Super lame and kitschy, like you said.
It's small.
Oh, I remember this. I saw this.
Yeah, what we didn't know is entertaining the children is he's got John Wayne Gacy's paintings hanging on his walls.
So he's a little creepy.
A little creepy is
A little
right.
bit, yeah.
A lot creepy.
Well, look.
Oh.
Nicole Biggins.
Yeah.
You're, of course, my co-host on the Satisfying podcast that drops every Thursday, audio and video. You can get it right on the SiriusXM app. I was looking at the Sam Roberts host page on the SiriusXM app. You just go there. Not only does it have Sam Roberts Show, it's got Satisfying right there.
I love that.
So you can listen to it every single Thursday. You can also watch it on YouTube. And, of course, Have Kids, They Said.
What a guy.
Is the other podcast. We were talking about Rich Davis the other day
Oh,
because
yeah?
I said because he walks me through the 90s on 9.
He does.
You know?
It's very informative.
I get my information, and I was telling Travis that he was wrong about something because Rich Davis had told me otherwise, right?
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Do you want to know the greatest thing I ever heard in my entire life? It was an old air check of Rich Davis, like old. And then it was, Ride It, My Pony. When that beginning of that song came on, this is his whole break. Ride it. I'm talking about that pony. That was the whole break, and he has it, and I could listen to it over and over again.
He's like, guys, do you have that?
Genuine.
Do you have that genuine? You have that genuine air check? I want to send it out to a couple markets.
Ride it.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about that pony.
Oh,
And that was
okay.
it.
All right, cool. But yeah, you can get that also wherever you get podcasts. It's always a pleasure, Nicole. You got to
Love
come
you
back
guys.
more often.
I wish I could. Hey, guys.
This has been Sam Roberts Show. If you missed anything or want to hear it all over again, check out Sam Roberts Show on the SXM app.
Greetings and citations, fine shit.
Like a product gets made that everybody sees a thing immediately, yet somehow it went through all systems of checks and balances. Like, for something to hit a shelf with a mainstream as it gets license on it. I mean, if you're going to end up at Lids, okay, you've gone through a lot of people approving and approving and approving. And yet somehow it made it through graphic designers. It made it through Major League Baseball. It made it through New Era. And the minute everybody sees this product, they go, wait, what does that say? They put out, I hope you read about this yesterday, they put out a line of baseball caps. New Era did. And what do they call the
overlap?
Overlap, right? So the idea is, and it's a fun idea. It goes back to the graffiti hats of the 90s that we loved. Some of us more than others. Mainly me versus my dad. But the idea is, it's a baseball cap that has the city name of the team that you're supporting, and then stamped over the city name.
Well, not even. Like, because the Astros is just Astros. Oh, I'm sorry. So it's not Houston, is what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
It's Ashos.
Oh. Yeah. So there's a word then.
Yeah, there's a word.
Because the other one, it doesn't say Texans, it says...
Right, it says Texas.
Okay. So they just figure a word. It could be a team name. It could be a city.
Yeah, because I think the Mariners is also Mariners instead of Seattle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Was there another Seattle baseball team?
No.
Okay, so it's not like there's any rhyme or reason whatsoever. Like the Yankees, I understand. But then the Mets, it says New York on it. So it's like... It's just there is no rhyme or reason.
I mean, look at the fucking Rockies. It says Colorado Rockies. Like they just got the whole thing in there.
Just whatever thing they want. And again, that
no rhyme or reason.
To me, that goes even further because that means somebody was decision making enough to go, what are we going to put on this hat? Because it's not uniform across. Like, yeah, it says Dodgers. It says Detroit on the Tigers hat. It says Padres. It's Pittsburgh. But Brewers.
I guess just whatever.
Whatever is funner to say. Whatever rolls off the tongue easier. Maybe they were... I mean, you'd go, maybe they were checking things on, like, how it would look in the font. But if they were looking at any of this, they would know we've got some problems here. Like, the logo for the Red Sox is a B for Boston Red Sox.
Right.
But then they put Boston under it. So it's just... Boston. Boston. But what happens is, right, and then they put the team logo over the word that is supporting the team. Be it the city or the state, because Texas is a state. A lot of people don't know that. City or the state or the team name. Or both. Right, state and team. It says